A press conference happened this weekend. Should we talk about it?
Hello, welcome, and give me a hell yeah. Give me a whole yeah. Give me a whole yeah. From the Spanish god, Sammy Guevara. Cheers to everyone watching in Yorkshire and beyond. I hope you guys have a great day from the Spanish god. Shout out to Dom, shout out to Anthony. You guys are smart because you're fans of me. And anyways, have a great day.
Hello, and a very warm welcome to the Gimme a Whole Yeah Wrestling podcast, which is actually supposed to start in 12 hours' time because someone didn't put the AM and PM the right way around. I'm Ant. Welcome. We've got a lot to talk about. Firstly, some rules for the streams for our moderators to continually enforce. Let's just keep it cool. Let's just keep it cool. We're all going to have a difference of opinion during this, including myself, and that's all absolutely fine. This is all about discussion. The podcast is all about keeping it cool and having a discussion about stuff. I'm sure a lot of you have a lot you want to. We've already got 8 people in, and I've just changed the time from 12 hours ago. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. A lot of you will have an opinion. I want to hear that opinion. It doesn't mean it's the right opinion. It doesn't mean I've got the right opinion. It's just an opinion, and that's all cool. And we all need to respect each other's opinions and keep it all cool. So if we can carry on this stream with that attitude, it'd be cool. Press conference happened on Sunday, didn't it? CM Punk went out and called out Colt Cabana, seemingly making his own question going into it. Yeah, we'll quickly go through this, and then I'm going to play some music and read the card because that's what I can do. Calling out Cabana, then calling out the EVPs. Then there was a backstage brawl, and we don't really know the details of them backstage brawls. We know that there was punches thrown. We know that biting happened, and we know that someone got hit with a chair as well as hair pulling. Yeah. So that all happened, didn't it? That was busy. So yeah, talk about it. Ask your questions. Let us know what you think about it. Who do you think's in the right? Who do you think's in the wrong? What do you think Tony Khan should do about it? All of that. I want to hear it all. But before we do that, let's quickly run through tonight's card. If I can get it up, let me put some music on because this is how we do it. This is how we do it. Let's do that. 95 degrees. Yeah. Chill out with me. Let's turn it up. Pump up the volume. Pump up the volume. AEW Dynamite is happening this evening, and on this card we have All Out Fallout. Rhymes. We'll hear from number 1 contender MJF. We also have a speech from Chris Jericho, who's going to address the AEW Galaxy. True sports entertainer. But not just a true sports entertainer, the best wrestler in the world due to his win at All Out. We also have Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, and Trent Beretta versus Rey Fenix, Penta, Oscuro, and All Atlantic champion Pac. And then we also have Ring of Honor Pure Champion Wheeler Yuta defending against Daniel Garcia. Wrestling match? Sports entertainment match? Question mark. That's enough of that. I could have faded that out actually, but I didn't. Lovely to see you all. Thank you so much. Sam Sassy is welcoming everyone. Welcome to the Gimme a Whole Yeah AEW Watch Along. We are so happy and blessed that you are here. We indeed are. Thank you so much, Sassy. Lovely to see you. We have Jackson who says, how do? Now then, Hassan, welcome. How are you doing, Hassan? How are you doing, Jackie boy? Throws a like. An ant doesn't throw a chair at me. I'm not here to steal. Hi, Ant. Hello, Sassy. Lovely to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hi there today. Hi, Hassan. How is it going? What is up, Ant? So, tonight's show should be interesting. I think so. I think this is the most anticipated Dynamite of all time. I think it's going to get the biggest numbers that it's ever have because people want answers after the press conference, which completely overshadowed everything that happened at All Out, to be perfectly honest, which is kind of ironic after the whole MJF and Wardlow situation that we saw play out before. And CM Punk did that to MJF. Oops. Let's see how it goes. An update. MJF returns. Yeah. Everyone forgets CM Punk. Oh yeah, everyone forgets that MJF returns. CM Punk buries AEW. Has he? He kind of buried Colt Cabana and the media, and the EVPs, but I don't know if he went after AEW directly. Oh, and Chelsea Green gets her puppies out at GCW. Oh, good old wrestling. Did she? I didn't know that. Brilliant. Good for her. Good for her. Puppies, as if we're still saying puppies, Wilra. Welcome, mate. How are you doing? I've had so many different views on what happened. I'm waiting for the definitive version. You will never get that definitive version because every conflict is from a point of view. Anyone in that room will have a point of view from it that will be biased to their point of view. So you'll never have a definitive version of it unless it was recorded. Being the elite next one. What have been? Brandon Cutler was there apparently. So things have suggested. It's all very suggestive. Exciting though. Hello everyone. Hello Michael. How are you doing, mate? Lovely to see you. Mox Buddy. They are both wrong. Yes, they are, aren't they? Crazy in AEW at the moment. Tony Khan going to speak on Dynamite. What's he going to say? I didn't see that in the preview. If that happens, it's going to be very interesting. What do I think he should say? I actually think, my opinion, I think you should say, these are the guys that have been suspended. These are the guys that have been fired. This is what we're doing with the title. I think that's got to be the focus. I think what is happening with the title needs to be addressed. Should be addressed. This is exciting. The titles have started. So smooth, says Sassy. Thank you, Sassy. Thank you. All of them are in the wrong. And in any other business, if 3 EVPs forcibly break into a room with a highly strung and paid worker, what the hell? Agreed. Definitely shouldn't have confronted. You shouldn't confront anyone in a gang situation. Absolutely. The shocking conclusion, talking about MJF being back. I want to hear this voicemail again. The show in the last promo. Tony Khan's willing to swallow a bit of pill. This is awesome. Bring it back to the story, baby. Bring it back to the story. Now, Tony Khan in that call did say you have to show up at All Out. He didn't say you have to show up tonight. I think he's going to. And you know what I think he's going to do? And what I would have done, storyline, whether this weekend happened or not, I would have got him to go out and I would have got him to sit down like CM Punk did and say, CM Punk, if you're not a wimp, come out and face me. And for him to not show up. I think that would have been wonderful. I think that's what he could do. Is that the main event? Is that what's happening at the main event? Guys, write it down in chat. Let me know what you think. Mox Buddy, perhaps Mox has the new champ. Guys, I've got a question for you. We're in a new era of AEW here. We're in a new season. What do you want to see happen to the company? What do you want to happen? What is going to make AEW better for you, the AEW fan? Oh, Tony Khan. Got to listen to this. Following All Out. He's being forced to vacate. And the cheers. New World Trios Tag Team Champion. Wow, he took away both belts. It's a tournament. We're getting a tournament. We're getting Hangman Page and Bryan Danielson tonight. Get in. Wow. So Page, Danielson, Guevara, Allen, Moxley, or Jericho is going to be the new champion. Really using the championships here as statistics as to why we are having this tournament. 2 weeks to tonight, we are going to have a new champion. Wow. Tony Khan suddenly becoming a character on Dynamite. Sorry for not talking much there. I wanted to make sure I caught everything so I know what I'm talking about. Hi, Jack. Hi, Sassy. Hi, Hassan. Hi. Hello, Todd. How are you doing? Lovely to see you. Lovely to chat to you the other day, mate. Hope you're having a good day. I won't be going live after the show tonight, but in the future, we'll try it again, my love. Hi, Jeff. Oi, oi, says Dan. Dan, welcome, mate. How are you doing? Interesting weekend, eh? All out. Lots happened. MJF is coming out now. It's not going to be the main event. Interesting. I'm hungry. I might grab a bite of Kenny Omega, says Michael. Wow. Wow. That is a lunch. He's getting cheered. He's come out in, I assume, Oh, he's getting... Taz is loving it. Taz is loving it. And the other two get a finger. Excalibur reacted perfectly there, reacting to it straight away. Well, that's not right, is it, Tony? I don't think that's right, Tony. What is going on? He's a face. He's a face. He's a heel. Of course, he's a heel. He's a face. He's a heel. Who knows, man? Who knows? MJF isn't getting the title. MJF won in the tournament. Taz is happy that MJF is back. I WhatsApped you. Sorry, mate. I didn't see it. Oh, just got it. Cool. Yeah, man. I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link. And join me in a bit because there's something else I want to talk about that you might not want to. Hi, Raleigh. Regardless of everything, the ratings for tonight will be insane. Absolutely, Jack. Hi, Dan. Malachi Black given his release. Yes, with a lot of stipulations around it. For sure. Who's excited to see MJF, says MJF. Wow. I can't believe that it's been vacated. Both championships. Wow. Last time you saw me, I might have said some offensive stuff saying MJF. All agree. What can we all agree? I don't know what they're saying. Are they saying you're fired? I was just kidding. I'll never leave this place, saying MJF. Getting the crowd to chant along with AEW. Type in errors in the chat and Mox's fault. They are. Hi, Michael. Hi, Dan. Hi, Todd. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Please like and subscribe. Oh, yeah. Wrestling happened. Yes, it did. Love you too. Love you too, Dom. Lovely to see you, man. Thank you so much. Joey's back. Joey, you missed a show on Sunday. I hope you watched the press conference afterwards. Super Chat and Patreon are open for donations. Donations are optional. Jack needs sauce and Ant needs coffee. Yes, I do, for tomorrow's day at work. Hi, Joey. Good evening, folks. Dex is in the house. Thanks for joining us on Sunday, man. Lovely to have you on there. Whoa, vacant. Yeah, man. Tony Khan got booed. Yeah. He's a character now. MJF announcing the tournament. MJF should be in it. Yeah, pointing and saying, I know one guy that deserves that championship. MJF addressing the fact he's not in the tournament. He's got the title shot any damn time he wants. A proper face promo here from MJF. Very interesting. This is great. MJS is so funny. Good decision. All were disrespectful to the company and being unprofessional. Very good, Ceci. Very good. Yeah, I agree with that. All had a part to play in it. Absolutely. Good face move from MJF. Yes. MJF is face. Seems that way. Proud of you, mate. Thank you, Dom. Thank you, Dom. Sounds fair. You should all go subscribe to Sounds Fair. It rocks. A wise Jewish man. And his name started with M. MJF. Not telling us he's Moses. He's better than Moses. Wow. He's going to win the world title. Because his name is MJF. And you know it. Wow. Great face promo. And here comes Mox. Here comes Mox. As that just told us the winner of the championship already. They should get everyone out, actually, that's in the thing. So it's not just Mox. Mox is going to get the belt again. Mox and MJF. It seems that way if they're doing this angle now. Unless they bring everyone out. They really need to bring everyone out. Vacancies don't seem enough. They're just not necessarily telling us the rest of it. So I guess. Okay, as I told Anne when we chatted, Tony Khan goes off to run Ring of Honor and has William Regal run AEW and gets it back on track. I love the idea of William Regal being the person that unites the locker room. I think he's got a lot of respect with people. He seems to. I've not seen anyone say anything bad about William Regal. I'm sure he has his enemies, but I think that's great. I think William Regal would be fantastic to sort of do that. I almost didn't watch tonight because of the negativity, but I love AEW and I love wrestling. Dex, no negativity here, mate. We will absolutely discuss the events of what happened. We may disagree on some events, but no negativity. It's all cool, brother. It's all cool. Let's chill out together and watch some wrestling. MJF seems to just get wrestling. He absolutely does. Absolutely does. Punk should be fired. Elite should be stripped of evil. The titles, I assume. The new EVP should be Mox, Jericho, and Christian. Interesting. Yeah, I think one of the things that I've heard rumored is that they are looking at doing an investigation from a third-party source, and I think that is absolutely the right thing to do. As Mox says that MJF is full of crap. You need someone who is unbiased in the situation to look at this, and that's the way that you'd handle this sort of thing in any sort of business. So, yeah, same here, Dex. I was so angry. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me, man. I love Superface MJF. Yeah, man. The worst football team in the history of the United States of America. Yeah, he's a heel. He's still a heel. Oh, he's wiping his ass on the thing. He's wiping his ass on the t-shirt. Oh, thank you, Sassy. Thank you. Sassy just bought me a coffee. Thank you. Anyone else want to buy me a coffee? Thank you, Sassy. You really help keep the podcast running. Thank you, Sassy. I bet Better Than Moses is a t-shirt. It should be, man. Thank you, Sassy. There's your coffee. Thank you. But I may need 2 to stay awake. I mean, let's... Hi, Soundsphere. It's Dom who runs Soundsphere, who rocks. I clowned myself for buying a Team Tasha a week before they broke up, but I was looking at House of Black shirt Saturday and stopped myself. Really? Dex, please stay away from pro wrestling tees. Please, Dex. Maybe he takes that title to a real wrestling company with real fans, he says to the fans. And real wrestlers. Calling out the American roller coaster, Cody Rhodes. MJF saying he's going to win the title and take it to WWE. I did that with Moxley's sneakers. Oh, really? He's right. The Bills suck. Lol. He'll MJF is back pretty fast. Yeah, of course he is. Yeah, he's good, isn't he? What did he say about St. Nick? Hey, there's Bills. we'll win it all this year. Yeah, maybe they will. I hope they do, John. I hope they do. Sassy, how about we continue the Summer of Violence to get Moxie's belt back? Lol. I kind of want to see it go on MJF. I don't know if MJF and Mox is the right one. I don't know. Looking at the card, like I look at it and I think, what a perfect opportunity to put it on Darby and just give us some happiness, you know? You need to leave this ring right now, Moxley saying to MJF. Oh, he's taking off his gear. And so is MJF. Oh, why am I doing that weird voice? And the scarf is on the top rope as MJF slowly unbuttons his shirt. Not seen MJF's body for a while. Can't get his shirt off. Intentionally. Brilliant work, MJF. Obviously, he's not going to do it. Yeah, there we go. Classic MJF. Not giving the fans what they want. Your theme music sucks, by the way, he says to MJF as he's walking out. Oh, very good. MJF quoted Triple H. Sounds that way. Works for me. Ironic when Tony needs help, he calls Mox. Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. One of the most dependable. MJF will screw Darby out of that belt. This is going to be about the pillars in the end. I hope so, Dex. I hope so. I'd love to see that. It doesn't mean anything, but he feels he got cheated out of the title. Wow. Moxley almost shooting a promo here, man. Talking about how the belt's important to the company. It's important to represent that bath for the fans, for everyone. Mox trying to bring it back to what it's all about. Talk about the freedom to be as great as you are dare to be. The championship represents everything that Moxley loves about this business. Great. Wow, says Hassan. Absolutely. Mox wasn't supposed to be here. Right. Made the right call bringing him in. Mox saying he lost on Sunday. He made mistakes. Tony called him, yeah. Mox makes the most of a bad situation. Yeah, absolutely. He's so amazing. He was supposed to be on vacation. He's come in because that's how much it means to him. Chris Jericho, the greatest of all time. Danielson, the best pure wrestler to ever footstep in the ring. Put everyone over Mox, man. No wrestling, guys. What do we think about this? An AEW show with no wrestling. He's so amazing. Oh, and I still think we could use a new announce team as well, by the way, to make AEW better. I think, yeah, I read your messages earlier today, actually. Yeah, man, I absolutely think that would freshen things up freshen things up. I think Tony could definitely be an interviewer now. He wants the ball. He wants his belt back. So he's going to take the shot, being in the tournament. It's time to be a legend, says Mox. Mox, not content with just being Wrestler of the Year, also wants to become a legend. Brilliant. Brilliant promo. Exactly what the show needed as well. 20 minutes in, no match show. It's almost like watching WWE, isn't it? In them bad days. Give me a match, man. Give me a match. Give me some action, baby. He has to win the belt to bring prestige back to the AEW belt. Yeah, I mean, I think Jericho has the caliber to do it. So let's talk about this while we can. Rumor has it Thunder Rosa has requested a release. Malachi Black has requested his release, and it has been granted. One of the things about the press interview that I also was frustrated at was Toni Storm, who said something along the lines of that she, when Thunder Rosa gets back from her supposed injury, again, it feels like they're all shooting on each other. It feels like they're all having little digs at each other at these press conferences, and it's completely inappropriate. And I think that was led on from what Punk was saying, and even like even Swerve and Glory seemed like Swerve Scott seemed quite heated. The only person who seemed to really sort of bring it all back down was Jericho, who brought it about being Tony Storm versus Penta 4 tonight. Great. So yeah, I didn't think that was very good either. Like, I don't think you should be shooting on people being supposedly injured or not injured or what have you. Like, it feels like there's a lot of friction going on backstage from what I can see and hear on the internet. And doing that sort of stuff at a press conference, if it's not leading into a direct match, is not good. And I know that she has got a direct match, but saying supposedly injured just feels, I don't know. I wondered if it was a shoot or a work. What do you guys think about that? Penta's coming out. This will be a good match. Let us know, man. Let us know. Message down. Death Triangle out, man. Who is going to be our trio tag team? Who is it going to be? Interesting, man. Guys, sorry, I'll go back in your comments. So guys, if you could make a new announce team, who would you make? Who would be your new announce team? I want to know. He has to win the belt to bring prestige back to AEW. That would certainly do it. I trust credit card because whatever a couple of reasons why you not paying me, yes, WWE Superstars, because I'm not getting paid. Finally said, yeah, he said that because nobody's getting paid, dude. Nobody. Hello, Sean. How you doing? Lovely to see you. Sorry, I don't get what your comments about. I trust credit card because whatever a couple of reasons. Cool. Welcome. How you doing? Jefferson Starship's playing. Please like and subscribe. Sorry, mate, Sean, I don't get your comment. Just please write it again. That's cool. I can't translate it. Mox puts over the belt, puts over the roster. Always there when you need him. Meanwhile, his character is meant to be a violent gremlin. He really is the best. 100% agree, man. Sean, huh? Hi, Sean. Moxley is the MVP of the company. He absolutely is. And speaking of the MVP of the company, I've got the MVP of another company right here. It is the one guy who makes tinsel cool again. It's the one guy who puts his Christmas decorations up in September. It's the one guy. Have you got any beard baubles, Dan?
What?
Beard baubles?
No.
I've got some beard baubles. I'm going to wear them this year. Maybe on a stream.
Mate, you should do that.
I could do a thing where I beg for money and I could say I'll put one on for a super chat.
I was asked by my wife. I was talking to her. I said I need to sort out the background, and she was like, "What are you looking for?" I said, "No, what do you think?" And she said, "I think like trashy stripper," and I was just like, "I love."
Your wife said, "I think like trashy stripper," and you went,
"Yeah." She's like, "I because like a strip, I feel like a trashy strip club." And it actually is kind of like reminds me of the strip club that I went to in Preston, which was just the worst strip club I've ever been to in my life. It was
just to remind you, we are live on stream right now.
I'm aware we're live on stream, and right now in the ring is Penta, someone that I didn't go to the strip club with, but I believe he did go to a strip club. So yeah, there we go. So yeah,
thanks for the story, Dan.
You walked into this strip club in Preston, and right on the inside there was this old man with a till straight from the set of Open All Hours, and which is an old 70s sitcom set in a retail store. For those of you who don't know what that is,
who haven't seen,
it was as trashy and outdated.
Sounds right up my street, mate. Right up my street.
That seems like it's in our budget.
Nice. What was the reasoning behind the grandfather clock in the?
There's no grandfather
Is that barbed
clock.
wire?
Yeah, there's barbed wire. That's real barbed wire.
Is barbed wire around a grandma's cabinet, my dude?
Yeah, no. So what you got there? You got the Tuken Retsuden, which was the original. No Mercy, whatever you want to call it, N64 game that just got reskinned with WWE characters. This is the original. Nice. You've got the original Dream Slam NES game that's autographed by Aja Kong from when Aja came over for us. All 6 men. Oh, we got dive sequences coming up. We've already had one set.
No, they've all been sent over the top rope.
Yeah, no. I think I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Orange Cassidy's just flipping over. There he goes.
Wow. No. We're at the same level. We're at the same level.
I've just hit live.
Telegraphing. And and you've also got Eddie from Iron Maiden next to it. He's admiring the women from All Japan.
Of course he
wrestling.
Is. Of course he is.
That barbed wire is actually the barbed wire from the Charlie Evans versus Emerson Jane match earlier this year, and
dude, I
feel like it was used between. I feel like Casey and Emerson Jane probably used it as well.
You're giving me a great story to everything in the thing, apart from which grandma you stole the actual cabinet off.
I have no idea where the fuck this came from. None. No, we've just had it for donkey's years.
I hope I've made you suitably uncomfortable about the Everyone on the floor there. Everyone's on the wrestled right up to the top of the ramp. Let's go on with
because you could do additional dives and make it special. And the thing right now, the task that these 6 gentlemen have right now is to make everyone forget about the tournament and the finals. That's the task. Everyone forget about Kenny and the Bucks and see whoever wins these titles as actual champions. It's interesting as well that Tony Khan did not state why the titles had been vacated. Not even an injury was mentioned.
Nope. And your World Championship has been vacated. Big news there, man. Big news. A vote says that's on. I'm on it.
He's and also, John Moxley, unless he signed a contract in the last 24 hours, is working without a contract in AEW. He's just working on a handshake agreement from show to show, or from whatever time that they've got it set.
Has his contract gone?
Yeah.
Really?
He hasn't signed a new contract.
I didn't know this. I don't think other people knew this, man. Right, interesting. Well, what a man. And, it's important, isn't it? So he's not part of AEW
I think,
anymore.
For him to come out and say the thing and just be the man, what a man, what a guy. What a freaking guy.
Absolutely, man.
Can't ask for anything better. That promo was spot on and everything it needed.
It's what the company needed. Yeah,
yes.
Definitely. I wonder why Dark Order don't have a trios title shot. They kind of should, but then
should they?
Well, they were in the semi-final. They were in the final match.
They were. However, this match was already scheduled, and I'm not disagreeing, because you can say, yeah, but that doesn't mean that they automatically should be champions. And you'd be right. The only thing...
I don't want 2 tournaments going on. Jeez Louise.
You could hypothetically do a 4 corners trios match.
There you go. That'd be a good way
and
of doing
include Dark Order.
Absolutely.
But it could be that here's the thing. I do know that AEW organized their travel fairly well in advance. So it could be that things are already sorted for this weekend. And, they'd already added Moxley and Jericho when they weren't scheduled for this. And it was just like, we can't find all this time for everyone else. Rather, the match will be better as this way. Don't gimmick the trios. Whatever. Who knows?
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Well, they're putting on a decent match here.
Naturally.
Say again?
Naturally.
Yeah. Pac now in the ring with Trent Beretta. I have been naughty for a minute. Pac is so tasty. What is Mox going to say? You just like people with X at the end of the name, even though Pac doesn't have one. But I love the fact that you add the X because you want him to be a Pac Mox combination, which would be Pox.
Pox, yes.
Which is also a
viral
disease.
That's right. I was going to say is something that you have an inoculation for.
So to confirm, Sassy wants Pox.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Joey said Death Triangle is going to get this win.
I can't see any of the chat, by the way, for some reason on my.
Oh, sorry, mate. It is on the screen. Death Triangle is going to get this W. Guys, vote in the chat. I think it's very difficult to call. Who would you give it to, Dan?
It depends, because here's the thing that we got from the pay-per-view that when there was the promo with Pac and Death Triangle, that Death Triangle was showing a little bit of, annoyance with Pac for Pac running the mouth the way he did, as if he wasn't talking for them. Yes. The idea that potentially that Pac is going villain, whereas Penta and Fenix are definitely staying where they are. So, on any ordinary time, I would say Pac and the Lucha Brothers, but it might not be that that's their direction.
Yes. I actually think maybe the Best Friends would be the best to give it to right now.
The thing is, it's like, did we see Pac? We didn't see Pac and did we see Pac and the Lucha Brothers against Kenny and Young Bucks already? Was that not in the tournament?
No, it was Pac and Luchas went out against Will Ospreay.
That's right. So, Pac and the Luchas against Kenny and Will Ospreay is,
But that's not going to happen because they're all suspended at the minute, or worse. Who knows?
No, but we have to think about coming back. Like, they're only temporary. They're whatever happens, they will be back. And when they do,
of course,
they will be going for these trios titles.
But while Death Triangle are sort
Wardlow versus Tony Nese. Why is Tony Nese getting a TNT title shot tonight?
No, because
someone needs to explain to me the logic there.
They had no other matches booked. I mean, the fact that we had Stokely Hathaway coming on later, and we've already had MJF out, who appeared to be the leader of that faction, which is no longer a faction. That's interesting.
We got Hangman Page and Daniel Bryan tonight. Last time we saw those matches, they were fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I have no doubt that tonight's will be no different, because we need tremendous wrestling to remind us now. We need the wrestling to sell us.
Absolutely.
Oh, shades of Jetta with the springboard backstabber.
It's nice. Rolling through and sending Phoenix onto the front of Chuck Taylor. Feeling strong about Death Triangle, but to make the fans happy, they put over the Best Friends. I love Death Triangle. I think I maybe this year hasn't been great for them, but I think Penta and Phoenix are two of the best tag team in the world. Like, I think they're incredible. I'd still give it to the Best Friends here, just to give them story. I think it'd be interesting to have Danhausen play more of a role on AEW, and we've already seen a bit of silliness in this match, which I'm quite happy with,
Soul Food into the half and half.
Nice.
Fenix is outnumbered.
Oh, we're getting a cuddle.
Well, you got to give the people what they want.
Yes, you do. Feeling strong. New announcement team, Ann and Dan. Mate, I couldn't do wrestling announcing. I can't even name half the fucking moves.
Honestly, naming the moves is not the most important thing. Nice roll through into a cutter from Fenix. Nice. He's getting some fire on. Eats a knee in the corner. Packers
And
in.
the
And this is the
boot.
thing with trios matches, of course. Once you roll to the outside, a tag is
Oh.
not necessary. Tags are not necessary once you leave the ring.
Is that the rule?
That is a rule with trios matches, yes.
Oh, I hope that's really established.
Pump handle driver there. Running knee from Trent.
Nice. Oh, look, you're doing really good at commentary. Now it's my turn.
Go for it.
Chuck, he comes back, he goes for a kick, and he misses. He puts him on his back and then puts his head into his bum. His head is in his bum. Super kick. And he's flipped over and his head's not in his bum anymore. Yes, it is. It's out. It's out. It's out.
Head out the bum. That was a near fall from the head and the bum.
How did I do?
I mean, I have an idea about wrestlers' anatomy that I hadn't considered previously. So...
Hi, Brian. Hey up, Brian. Thanks for joining us, mate. Oh, during the press conference, Tony looked like a deer in headlights, just waiting to get hit. But tonight, he looked like he was in charge and had some passion. An orange punch.
Oh,
orange
C4.
Punch onto Penta.
Yep, C4.
Waffle. Best friends are winning dominantly here.
One. Pac's got to be in.
Oh, no, Pac's there. Pac's there.
Penta wasn't sure that Pac was going to be there for the save, so actually kicked out.
A bit like Jade Cargill as the She-Hulk. Not the She-Hulk, because she couldn't... It would be against copyright. She was a bit green.
They could say that she was dressed as, like, paying them up. Like, we've seen it before. I genuinely just think that the commentary didn't realise.
No, it wasn't that. Did you watch it the day after, mate?
No, I watched it live.
I thought you was asleep.
Yeah, so I went upstairs. That was like the fourth match on, and so I stuck it on, and the match was 4 minutes. So I saw that, and then I didn't see anything else.
Triple Canadian Destroyer there, Dan.
No, I did watch it the next day. I don't remember a lot of that.
Yeah, you were shattered. You fell asleep on stream.
I fell asleep on the stream, yeah. Here we go. Oh!
And the assisted pile driver and...
Double stomp onto the bum, causing the extra weight onto the head from the pile driver, followed by a corkscrew pescada from Fenix. Over the top, swanton-esque dive from Penta, takes out the others, which leaves Chuck in the ring, about to take the Black Arrow from Pac. And that is it. 1, 2, 3. We have new champions.
There we go. I was wrong, guys. I was wrong. It's all right. I'll put my vote on Hassan. You got your own vote today.
It's the same. Here's the thing, right? Best friends, versus the Young Bucks and Kenny will be a tremendous match, and there is some history in Reseda there.
It won't get the heat
also they clearly are doing something with Pac, so this puts it on a higher platform for them to show.
Well, as long as they've got them all, and they're all going to show up every week.
And here's the other thing. These three, were they not the original trio in AEW that was really put together?
Yeah, they were.
It's just that then their Pac had... No, that came through after.
Was it?
Because Pac then had the issue with the visa and the pandemic, and so Death Triangle just kind of became a nun. And
trying to get 10 to work with... Is it 10? Your last name is the assistant. John Silver had a fantastic show on Sunday.
I'd say that it looks like 10 will actually leave then, by the way this is being recorded.
Interesting. So stuff happening with Dark Order on Dynamite. Good.
The idea that we just got from the vignette was that Andrade wants 10 to join his faction, which is a loose faction at best, shall we say. Yeah. Like, we don't really know a lot about it. Nothing's really been put to us about it. We don't see them that often. We don't know their game plan.
Who's in Andrade's faction?
The Butcher, the Blade. Didn't he buy...
Is he? They're still in it?
Well, I mean, didn't he buy them all off Matt Hardy?
I don't know.
It's not a very well produced storyline or anything that any of us really know what's going on.
No, man. I've got loads of comments, Dan, so I'm going to run through some. Dex says, ideal commentary, Taz, Excalibur, and Tony. I like that. I really like Excalibur on commentary. I know he gets a lot of flack, but I think he's great. I think Taz is
Does he really get
wonderful.
some flack? He's good.
Yeah, from Jim Cornette.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Taz is fantastic. Wonderful colour. And Tony, I've got a real soft spot for Tony. I just think when he sort of talks and gets excited about something, I get excited. He tweeted me once, so I'm famous. So yeah, that would be my combination of the people that we have on the card.
So Tony Schiavone tweeted you, Jim Cornette tweeted me.
We're blocked from Jim Cornette.
Yeah, followed by me being blocked by Jim Cornette.
You was at fault for this, right? There is no need in going into the business for yourself, Dan. All right, that's what you did, isn't it? Yeah,
I guess
you went into the Twitter press conference and you started shooting on Jim Cornette.
Oh my God! So I've just seen George Tahinos, who is a photographer. He's a long time wrestling photographer. I'm friends with him on Facebook. He's just tweeted a couple of his pictures from All Out, of one of Punk holding the title after the match, the other of the Young Bucks and Kenny holding the titles after their match. He's just, I say tweeted. It's not tweeted because it's on Facebook. So he's just posted them on Facebook with the comment, "These are meaningless now."
Brilliant. Sorry, Brian. Pack's fault. Michael Kling says, "Hit the police are involved." Yes. So from reports, police were there, and police did break it up. But police would have been at the event anyway. At the minute, we don't know if anyone's pressing charges, and if it is happening at the workplace, and they're entitled to, one would assume. So let's see where that goes. See what happens. It's all speculation, though, guys. But thank you, Michael, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Michael. Let's vote, said Hassan. During the presser, Tony looked like whenever my ex would give out and about anything to a waiter. What, like stomping on your foot? Tony should have maybe done a bit more stomping. Yes, Michael, and legal, says Sassy. Brian, I love that Mox shamed everyone involved without having to name names or being snarky. Yes, he did. He did it the right way.
Right now, we have a replay or a recap, of the women's four-way.
Great match.
Do you know that there was, between AEW All Out pay-per-view and WWE's Clash at the Castle, there was between 7.5 and 8 hours worth of wrestling over Saturday and Sunday,
as well as the NXT show.
We'll take they're just looking at those two shows, right? So there was 7.5 between those two because those are the main shows.
Friction between Hayter and Britt. Britt saying she's sorry.
And Jamie walking away. It's the same thing if you saw it on Twitter or if you watched a Road to Dynamite. They just basically replayed that. But yeah, there was 7.5 to 8 hours worth of wrestling between the main companies, and only 48 minutes of it was women's wrestling out of almost 8 hours.
That's terrible, man.
Right?
That's terrible.
So here we go. Second match on the card. Penelope Ford and Toni Storm have to follow that trios match.
I can't spell Penelope.
Why is Kip back to wearing a box? Is this an Al Snow type thing with the head?
He had the gimmick with him, and he was talking to the box. I don't know if it is. And bear in mind, this is Penelope Ford, obviously his partner from previous. So,
well, his real life wife.
Yeah. Is it his wife? I didn't realize they were married.
I remember him posting on Facebook that those two got married.
Oh, I can't remember. Cool. Yeah, I spelled Penelope wrong. Yeah, I'm very bad. I'm sorry. Hey, Dan from Eve says, Todd, vote, please. And thanks, Sassy. Hi, Anthony. Michael, welcome. Hope you're having a great day, my love. I've heard you all talk about gangbangs. What? By the way, Death Triangle wins tonight. Yes, and they did. Absolutely. Hi, Michael. Who wins this match, guys?
But doesn't Tony and the belt look right? Doesn't Tony look like a star? And doesn't the belt look like it's on a star with
Oh,
Tony.
100%. 100%. And I
You
always
know?
hoped that if they did Thunder and Tony, that Tony would have won that, to be honest with
Yeah.
you, because I think that they needed a change up. And I think I loved Tony in NXT UK. I thought she was great. And she's.
Let me just ask everyone in the chat, right? Tony is now the AEW Women's Champion. There was all this, talk and drama in AEW. Who'd have knew? But do you think that if the four-way, or no, let me change that. Would you still have supported Tony winning the title from Thunder Rosa at the pay-per-view, even without all the drama and the injuries? If you was to take that away, do you think that Thunder Rosa should have kept the title longer, or do you think the title should have gone to Tony? Let us know in the chat.
Let us know, guys. Did they say this is the first time we're getting Death Triangle versus Best Friends? They teased this at Revolution 2020 when Death Triangle formed. I don't know. I missed it if they did. Obviously, the audio is quite low because I'm listening to Dan. Vote Death Triangle, says Sassy. Give me a Hull, yeah. I'm from Hull. Nice to see this live stream. Forever Wed. Welcome, mate. Thank you so much for joining us from Hull with Rovers logo. Yeah. Hull Kingston Rovers, but it's set up like the Warriors. So the Rovers are the Hull rugby team.
I want to see Wardlow come out wearing some sort of gear similar to Penelope Ford.
Who? What's his name? Rich Holland. He used to play for Hull Kingston Rovers.
Yes.
There we go. Hi, Red. Glad you are here. Hey, Forever Red. Please like and subscribe. Hey, cool.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much,
missile.
Forever.
Baseball slide there between the ropes from Tony Storm to Penelope Ford. If you like your wrestling to connect, that was a clip that should go back and rewatch because that connected.
Oh, damn. So, we can speculate that Kenny Omega is no longer there at the moment.
And what do you mean? None of them are there in terms of at the building, if that's what you mean.
Kenny Omega's always had an input into the women's division, has he not? Or was that just early on?
Not so much recently, no.
Right, okay.
In fact, I can tell you, certainly not for the entirety of this year.
Right, okay. Interesting, because the reason I question it is because one of the things Penelope Ford was doing before is she was doing the stuff in the ring that was clearly like Kenny, like, oh, do this, do that, do that. And the thing is, she's not Kenny Omega. So to try and deliver that, like, it wasn't working.
Beautiful whiplash clothesline from Penelope.
Yeah, that was really nice, unique. So yeah, I just thought about Kenny and wondered what his
thing, right? I saw that, right? I saw all the reviews and all the speculations that this was Kenny trying to get other people to have Kenny Omega matches. I think that's bullshit, right?
Really?
And I'll tell you the reason why. Would Kenny have potentially have worked with people on structure of matches and try to make things a little bit more similar to the Joshi Japanese style? Yes. But like that doesn't mean that he is there, trying to get them to do that. And the other thing is during that era, a number of the people that AEW decided to sign were people very, very young in their career, some of whom arguably shouldn't have been on TV. And the pandemic kind of forced certain hands as well. So, and here's the handspring backflip elbow. And it is literally a case of where we were watching people learn on screen. Yeah. And so, what was he trying to get people to potentially get to do the Japanese style? Yes, but that is a superior structure and also is a different style. Therefore, the women's wrestling division would have had its own style that separated itself from what everybody else was doing, which would have given it its own USP. In the same ways, if you go back and watch Nitro from the late 90s or mid to late 90s, the Cruiserweight division separated itself from everything else going on. So I don't think it's fair. And I remember seeing people say, oh, he's just trying to get her to do her stuff. No, what it was there was effectively live ongoing learning and training going on.
I didn't necessarily mean to do his stuff, but a very influenced Kenny Omega.
But like that's what's the other option? Is what you're saying.
Yeah, cool.
Like
I didn't know his involvement in that anymore.
No, there is none. Sadly.
Thank you. Amazing that he is working without a contract. Amazing. Yeah. Of course it is. But he loves the company. He loves the belt. He loves the opportunities that he's had, I'm sure. And he's the wrestler of the goddamn year because of the work that he's done, not just in this company, but in several companies.
Oh, that didn't work.
No. BRB, thank you, Forever Red. I see the All Atlantic title win as giving Pac his flowers for his work in the company. A win here for the best friends would be the same and good for Cassidy. Yes, I would have said so too, Bex, actually. Please check out Dom's amazing interviews at Clash of the Castle. We also have interviews on Soundsphere. Thank you so much, Sassy. Yes, we do have some incredible interviews that Dom did on Soundsphere, and also a beautiful interview I did with Thunder Rosa.
Something a little bit odd. That's the finish.
The DDT was a finish.
Yeah.
Crowd out into it, dude.
Well, I mean, it was messy near the end.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
let's see what happens now. We need to give a direction.
Here's the thing, right? And I don't mean to be horrible to Penelope Ford, because Penelope Ford absolutely has something she can bring.
Yeah.
But there are better wrestlers in AEW's women's division than Penelope Ford. And just a straight wrestling match is not the best way to present Penelope Ford right now in this position. If you wanted to give a shot, and it made no sense, like this particular match anyway. If you wanted us to really see and showcase Toni Storm in the women's division, mate, there's so many great talents there. What are we doing,
dude? Do you know what else is really bad?
What's that?
What happened at the end of that?
At the end of
that match, nothing happened. Right? Here's your chance to have something to tell us what is the future. You've give Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter a bit of time to show that they're currently not seeing eye to eye. You've gone out. You've give Toni Storm a lackluster match as the first one of champion, and that's not an insult to Penelope Ford. It's just
but it is what it was. It wasn't good.
It wasn't good, and but they could have given a gimmick or anything. But even so, even beyond all that, tell me the fucking direction with Toni Storm. Do not let your women's division slip by as you have done for the past year.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong, bro.
I know. Good match, says Sassy.
Oh, hold on. It's acclaimed rap time.
Right, here we go.
Well, what are we going to get? Here we go.
Listen. Dude, did you watch that match?
Yes.
Amazing. Heels. Hilarious. People have actually been talking.
That's brilliant, because we know what we want. We're all waiting for the rap.
Absolutely. And the one show we all want the rap as well, you know? Now hang on.
You can't get bigger of it. Heat.
How about, right, these two have a singles match, yeah? Max Caster wins, then the music starts playing, and he gets to rap. How about that?
Maybe.
That's a fun little stipulation, and that would get you invested into the match in the stupidest, easiest way possible. Asshole chance to swear.
Wow.
They've accepted that he's a heel.
Yeah, but he's not. That's the thing. It's just...
AEW have said him as a heel. That is a heel move, man. That's a heel.
He's acting like a heel, I will say.
Yeah. Oh, now Billy Gunn doing the cut-off. Guys, in improvisation, you always say yes. Guys, thank you so much for your comments. I will get to all your comments. I'm so sorry for being so late. This is now the Ass's house.
This is Daddy Ass's house.
Daddy Ass's house.
Yeah.
Scissor me, Daddy. Oh, scissor me, Dan. Should we do a scissor?
Sure. Here we go. So, the match will happen. They're announcing it in 2 weeks at Arthur Ashe Stadium. It's Acclaimed v Swerve in Our Glory 2.
Yeah, Tony Khan kind of announced that.
He did during the press conference,
Yeah. And Swerve looked really pissed off about it, actually, because I think he knows that they're losing the titles there.
Yeah.
Dan Scissor Me, it's my new gimmick. No, meet me in the screen. Poke me.
Oh, I can't see you, bro.
Put your hand up.
Because if I see you, I can't see.
No, the other way. Fucking hell, this is hard work. Keep
I
going.
can't, yeah.
Keep going.
Hold on,
Keep
hold
going.
on,
Keep...
hold on,
Stop
hold
there.
on.
Stop there. No. Back a bit. Jesus, your scissors are too big. Yeah. Go. This is beautiful. No, don't fucking turn it.
What do you want me to fucking do, you prick?
Fine. I don't know. Just like go. Why?
Way.
Way. This isn't me, Daddy.
Off me.
That was fun. Hey, you know what though?
What?
You know, we was talking about how the Ass Boys and the Acclaimed have been on TV a lot. There was a lot of storytelling, the whole daddy thing with the daddy against thing. It got them over, man. All that time with the Acclaimed on TV, managed to absolutely steal that audience on Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just because it was on TV every week doing great stuff.
Exactly.
Interesting. Hi. Sorry, go on.
No, go on.
No.
You go.
Hi, Dale. Please like and subscribe. Absolutely. Hassan says, wow, Death Triangle wins. Great match. Oh, shit. Am I this far behind? Black is the first double champion in AEW history.
You don't need to go through every comment. You just need to, there's some of them are just conversations between one another.
Yeah, but I can't. My brain doesn't work that quick, Dan.
You can. Look, just scroll through.
Oh, no, but I feel bad now. What do I do with all my CM Punk stuff? I don't want to miss people out.
You don't want to miss
small
people.
Channel.
They're not all.
They are people. They are all people, Dan.
They're not all talking to you. You're not loved that much.
Jack says, "Good point, Dex."
Say good point, Dan. Next.
Give it to Sassy.
Swerve is a great heel, says Dex Baker. But notice Lee isn't with him. Lee and Swerve were even on different pages at the presser, which I felt was in character. I agree. I think that was a beautiful thing. That's where the press conferences are really good, actually, because that is where you're able to, blend some of those stories and fiction and present the characters in ways that the performers understand their characters and understand the way they go. And they shouldn't have to be mirrors. Tag team wrestlers, tag teams do not have to be mirrors of one another when it comes to the personality department.
They do not. William Regal is also at commentary. Jim Cornette gives flack. We're both banned by him. Is anyone else banned by Jim Cornette? Sting is involved. Guess what? Metalhead is able to watch Dynamite on the TBS site so far. Hopefully it doesn't play the time game, but I'm pretty sure everything will be fine. Cool. Thank you. Seriously, 3 EVPs breaking into a room alone is awful. Punk and Ace's actions were just...
We don't know that that's what's happened.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, we don't.
I can tell you that much.
Yeah. Agree. Where did that come from, Jack? Did anyone mention it? Or was it? Maybe I did. He can't take the box off until he wins. I think the whole box thing's a really interesting gimmick. The stuff he was doing, you haven't seen the match, have you?
What's
the stuff he was doing, say again, Kip and Pac.
Yeah, I did watch that match.
Did you? Right. It's interesting because he was doing loads of stuff after the match.
Special. Which was disappointing because I know how good they both are.
I said that. I was surprised that it didn't connect as well as it should, especially with the experience they both had of working together. Okay,
we got Jericho and Sammy Guevara. Jericho with Anna Jay, and Sammy Guevara with Ty Conti behind him.
How's Ruby Soho? She broke her nose, didn't she?
And of course, oh my God. So I saw that as well. Jesus Christ. And what's interesting here as well is Sammy and Jericho are both in the tournament. And but they are on opposite sides, I believe. They'd have to meet in the final.
I can't see that happening.
No, but will they play it off?
Well, the thing is, they'll play it up, of course they will. But that also means Sammy's beating Darby, doesn't it? I kind of feel like now would be just a good time to give it to Darby. Just here's a good opportunity.
Jericho just nearly freaking tried not to burst out laughing. He is the BWBC, and he said hashtag it. He did nearly. You go back and watch that. He nearly broke there, and so did Anna Jay.
Did she? Brilliant. Jericho saying this is his company and no one's taken away from him. You know, out of all the performers who were on that press interview, I was so impressed with Jericho. It's like so professional.
Well, when it comes to Jericho Appreciation Society, Jericho says he's got two little brothers, and that number one is Spanish God Sammy Guevara.
And the other one is, of course, Daniel Garcia, I'd assume.
Well, I don't know.
I think that's the point. Obviously, that's your main event as well tonight, isn't it? The Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia.
Yes, Danny said Danny Garcia. Oh, and Danny Garcia's in his hometown. That was a nice little make sure. Jericho, so good. Making sure that people knew that, that it's his hometown.
And getting a pop at the time when it needed, yeah. Yep. I was really impressed with Jericho at the scrum. I just thought he was so professional compared to everyone else that went on that stage.
That's how, because, he acted at the scrum like an actor, like a performer, talking about the roles he's playing and what's going on. And how great was that? That is what it should be. That is exactly what it should be.
I loved it. I thought it was great. Dex was okay with Kip losing. Tony deserves to be the champ. Yeah, I agree, Todd. I think she's a great champ. But the problem is Tony Khan's just proved to us shit all is changing. He's not going to give the women a storyline. He's had a freaking opportunity tonight. A simple bloody walk up on the ramp from freaking Nyla Rose, who always ends up fighting the champion first. Always. You've got to beat Nyla Rose first.
Nyla Rose plays the Kane role.
Yeah, exactly. And it's fine. It's fine. But guess what? They don't even freaking do that.
I know. Here comes Wardlow, about to make his entrance, and Wardlow with the most lackluster TNT title run ever, because he hasn't really been defended against any names, and that continues here against Tony Nese.
Do you not
and
that's
no
out?
disrespect to Tony Nese. It's just that at no point have we been presented with something where we've thought to ourselves, yeah, cool.
Wardlow's... Do you not said it all out, Dan? He said all the championships are on the line at this pay-per-view.
They forgot one.
It feels like they have forgot one, doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
I think you got what I was saying there.
Oh my gosh. Anthony Nese is already in the ring. Anthony Nese didn't even get an entrance.
Nope. We don't need to, does he? Because we know the outcome of it. So what's the point? Sorry, I think
at least present him as something, though. Otherwise, you're just devaluing Anthony. Right, here's the thing. What does Wardlow get out of this match?
Maybe they'll give him some time afterwards to tell a story. Maybe but Tony Khan doesn't always think about that.
Here's the thing that just really gets to me, right? Right, Tony Nese is a tremendous talent, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
What does he... Now, he's going to get crushed, presumably, in this match. The fact that he didn't even get an entrance, an opportunity to, show up and get some heat in that time or whatnot, just kind of shows that he's not really going to get a lot from this.
Headbutt from Wardlow. I love that clothesline, by the way. I love the wind-up.
Yeah, no, it's from Goro, Mortal Kombat.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Powerbomb time. And that's a shame, because it's like Tony Nese's, all right, he's not winning the world title anytime soon, but still,
there's the first powerbomb.
That was interesting. I wonder if he nearly lost him, so he had to turn to his side there for a moment.
Right.
But it's just that Tony, if the guy's not worthy of an entrance, how is he worthy of a title match?
Oh, Dex brings up a really good point here. He said that the opening match had all day one AEW guys in it, which is true. And the women's match was before 8:15. The women's match wasn't in its usual place.
Yeah, but still.
So he's trying, because he can move shit. Just can't do it afterwards.
And that's it. I don't understand how a guy isn't important enough to get an entrance but can't get a title shot.
Give me an angle here. Give me something for Wardlow. Not just Mark Sterling. Don't just give the crowd
that was hard on his shoulders.
Don't just give me the power bomb.
He's right by the ropes. He's right by the ropes, and he stuck his leg out to be pulled.
There
we go.
Josh Woods.
That's what we're going to get, is it? Josh Woods and Wardlow.
Cool. All right, fine. Don't know why we're not using the AEW talent instead of using Ring of Honor talent, but we've got something there. The momentum has gone Wardlow. No, it's not about Wardlow doing it. It's about someone that's booking you. Wardlow coming up with fire here.
Babyface promo.
Of course it is, yeah. But good. Good.
No, I wasn't dissing it.
Working hard. Good. Don't mind the direction.
He does need someone like a Satnam Singh, but he needs someone like that who can work. You know?
What, to talk for him?
No, to be a threat.
Oh, to be a threat.
To begin with, you know, he does need something like that before he can then start doing a little bit more of the complex or longer wrestling matches.
Why haven't they paid off the giant powerbomb?
I'm guessing they couldn't make it happen in rehearsal.
Do you reckon that's what it is? So they've just left it?
The only logical conclusion I can come to.
So to confirm, the whole story has been building up to this moment that they've actually even teased on Dynamite, and it's dropped because they couldn't do it.
Well, why else would? Because you would trust me, you would do that.
Yeah, of course you need to. Yeah,
you know. So the only way that hasn't been is because of the fact that, you know.
Agreed, X. I feel like Tony's going the balls he did to put everything to bed. He's so commendable, especially because I think most of us didn't think he had it in it. Brian, I mean, he's made a statement on the show tonight, and took the titles off both of the men involved in that incident. We don't know the investigation that's happened, but we do know that they are getting a third party in to investigate it, which is absolutely the fair thing to do in any company situation like that. So yeah.
Top of the hour match, Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Page. Didn't these two go something like 30 minutes or something? Didn't they go to a time limit draw at some point, these two?
No, it wasn't a time limit draw. They've had two matches, haven't they?
Yeah,
this isn't Daniel Garcia. Who's he fighting?
No, this is Hangman Page.
Hangman Page.
I thought these two went to a time limit draw the first time.
Wasn't it Danielson and Omega?
Yeah, they did as well. I'm pretty sure Danielson's done 2 time limit draws.
Guys, there's someone that voted in that last thing that Wardlow weren't going to win that. What is going on, guys? There's one person just voting the opposite way. I love it. It always makes me chuckle. But when are we going to get that 100%?
Interesting. Not the massive pop that I was expecting for Hangman, considering all the drama surrounding his name.
Yeah.
I was expecting a little bit more, but maybe it's because it's against Bryan Danielson, and no one wants to boo against Bryan Danielson. Be interesting to hear where the crowd goes, where the heat lies. You're going to get that poll up for us.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, I just want to kind of come back to what we just spoke about with regards to Wardlow. I want to ask the chat, what would you do for Wardlow? Who would you make Wardlow's next feud with? Let us know in the chat who you think Wardlow's next feud should be with, in order to make him and that TNT title feel like something again. I'm going to add a caveat to it as well. It's a feud that Wardlow would have to win. So in the chat, I want to know, who would you put Wardlow with up against next in a feud that he would win that would elevate him and the TNT title again?
Interesting, guys. Get them in chat. I'm not going to give my opinion just yet, and we'll wait and see what other people say. CM Punk can pursue his career as a successful MMA fighter. Word 789, welcome. Good one. Well done what they did there. That needs a t-shirt. It's how they did. Swerve is a great heel, but notice Lee isn't with him. Lee and Swerve were even on different pages in the match and in the presser, which I felt was in character. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it really does. No rap. Yeah.
Interesting. Sandra saying Brody King, Keith Lee. Yeah, so I mean, there'd be great matches. The Brody King thing would have been good, especially if we still had Tommy End here. So what's next for Brody King is another topic in itself, as Bryan Danielson and Hangman Page begin with shoulder blocks in the middle, and it'll be interesting to see. Well, I mean, this match wasn't even announced for tonight prior, was it? Like, because this would have drawn some people, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, they hadn't announced this match tonight. So, but obviously the championship tournament hadn't been announced at that point. But
yeah. I mean, it's one of these situations where what do? Do they put the title on a guy that's a former WWE guy on an AEW original to build. I would say it should arguably be one of these two.
I can't say it.
Oh, I'm not saying that it will be.
But my point
is
why...
that I could argue, I could put up a good argument as to why it should be one of these two.
I mean,
however, the Hangman one brings controversy surrounding Punk.
Yeah.
But is that necessarily a bad thing?
Like they want to forget about that, don't they? Danielson's in a faction with
Wardlow
Mox,
says,
so he'd have to face Mox.
Sorry, you don't know. Jack says Wardlow should defend his streak against Kevin Nash. Interesting. Johnson says Joe versus Wardlow. I mean, that's a good one. It'll be interesting as well. Like the crowd would absolutely boo Wardlow though, and I can't imagine that's what they would want.
Against who? Lee Johnson?
No, against Samoa Joe.
Oh,
Dex. But Wardlow versus Samoa Joe, that is a match I absolutely want. Maybe that's like 4 title defenses down or 4 feuds down the road. If he was to do that. Sandra Johnson, I feel they need another men's belt. Please tell me that's sarcasm.
I think it is.
Put Wardlow against Hobbs, Andrade, Rush, Brody King, or Jericho could put him over. Do you know what? Hobbs, after the fact that he got a 5-minute win over Ricky Starks, although we get the impression that's not done, Hobbs and Wardlow, yeah.
You would have said, I was going to say Hobbs, and then you added the stipulation that Wardlow has to go over.
Yeah, but not necessarily. Yeah, yes. What? So you would have Hobbs defeat Wardlow?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, I don't think you're wrong or right. I'm not going to argue either way. I definitely think the thing that I like about it is that I think that it's a match where people would maybe ask themselves, well, will he actually win, or are they going to run with Hobbs for a bit? Maybe does Hobbs need to be a part of a faction in order for that to happen, or maybe that should be a couple of title defenses down? Because we're going to go on the belief that Wardlow's going to hold that title for a while.
Well, here's the thing, Dan. If they end up giving the title to MJF, you kind of want Wardlow free to be able to do that. In fact, I'd go as far as to say is give MJF the title and have Wardlow beat him the day later. I think that would be flipping great. That would be good storytelling.
You might want to change the comment on, because we can't see what match is streaming along at the front at the moment.
That's because I've not done it, Dan.
Yeah. Well, do it then.
Shut up.
Do it. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to try to keep you under control.
Someone's got to do it, haven't they?
Right. And Hangman knocking Bryan Danielson off the top rope. Doesn't go to the floor, though. And we've got the inside-out springboard lariat there from Hangman. Finally, Danielson goes to the outside, and that's a dangerous place to be in AEW, because outside the ring is just an alternative place to wrestle in AEW, and usually they take running leaps as ways to get in or get from one place to the other. And here it comes. Cross body, no one there, catches the arm. And hammerlock arm straight into the ring post goes Hangman Page from Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan? Oh my goodness. Bryan Danielson.
As bad as me. Just to answer your question earlier about have these two met before, yes, they had. They had a draw in a world title and then a rematch that Hangman won. So they did have a draw.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Keith Lee, that'd be an interesting one.
Keith Lee would be. Again, that's a match that, and you notice that there's a pattern here where a few guys going with big dudes, which I agree. I think that's the way it has to be. I think
Wardlow's story at the minute is this power bomb of destruction, and you want someone that he's going to have to struggle to get that on. People are not saying Darby. People are not saying Sammy.
We've seen this story play out, so we need a break from that story
to go back to it.
And then come back to it, exactly.
How about Andrade? He's got a faction. I don't really remember. He
does have a faction.
I don't remember who's in it.
And I think at least with Andrade, which was mentioned earlier by someone, I forget who.
Yeah.
But at least with Andrade, there's the opportunity to go through the faction to get to Andrade. Why that would perhaps be that way or Andrade would send each person after Wardlow to weaken him down.
Exactly.
The only problem with that, of course, is it does mean that the results up until you get, Andrade versus.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Why does Sammy Guevara need to be in the tournament? Sammy dropped Ruby Soho on her neck. I think it was.
Well, that's not in storyline, though. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You know, but in
Welcome to the channel,
storyline, it
Kevin.
makes sense for Sammy Guevara to be in this.
Yeah. Hi, Kevin. Hey, guys. Only 2 likes. 2 likes? Are you freaking kidding me? We get more votes. Stop hitting that vote. Before you hit the vote, you're not allowed to vote unless you like.
That's a good point. Everyone, make sure you hit that like button now.
It
Okay?
helps.
Unless you've already liked it, because then you'll just unlike it by like I just did.
Kevin says, do you think AEW have too many titles? Yes.
I do.
100%.
I do.
100%.
I like the idea of the All-Atlantic title if it's a title that goes around the world being defended on independent promotions, like we've seen
cool.
with Revolution Pro Wrestling here in the UK.
That is absolutely cool.
You know, outside of that, I do think there's too many titles for a promotion that only has 3 hours of TV time a week.
Yep. 100% agree. And the other issue is all the titles which they're bringing out with other companies as well. Sometimes it's not a bad thing to say these are champions in another company, but when everyone holds a championship, none of the champions means as much.
They've got other titles that they just haven't brought out yet as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, Tony Khan's mentioned that he's got a room full of them. That was a great knee to the boot to the face of Page that sent him into the barricade. I love that.
Yep. Brian Danielson, in control of the match right now against Hangman Page. It's good to see Hangman Page back in the ring. You know, I really felt that the in-ring part of Dynamite was constantly of a high quality back when he was champion, and I feel that it's been missed because the matches also felt like they meant something because Page feels like a genuine AEW star.
Well, he feels like he can be beat. It feels like sorry to interrupt. It feels like he can be beat then.
Would he get beat? Rob, what we got on the poll right now? We've got a poll right now?
Yes, we do. We certainly do. And in the poll, it's 80% are saying Bryan Danielson. So exactly what I'm saying. It feels like, even when he was champion, it feels like he can be beat. And that's what makes him exciting, I think, and make his matches exciting.
I just realized I didn't get through that after Dex's comment.
Hangman has a few more reigns to come. I think he's a franchise babyface that JCP WCW saw Sting as. He could if he's booked correctly. No one controls
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
No, because the talent pool is so large. I would like them to do a light heavyweight or TBS title.
I just think we've got so many titles.
Too many.
Like I can't even. I mean, I wouldn't be able to follow if we have another title.
You've got the heavyweight championship, the TNT championship, the women's championship, the TNT championship, the TBS championship. Excuse me, the trio championship, the tag team championship,
the All Atlantic championship,
the All Atlantic championship. So 7.
Pescado from Hangman Page onto Bryan Danielson. The tide has turned, and Hangman Page is now in control.
8, the FTR championship.
Yep. Of which they carry 2 other championships. You know, the total of 3 championships with them.
No, I'm not saying FTR. Sorry, I meant Taz's belt. FT.
Oh yeah, Hooks, the
FTW.
FTW title. There's also the fact that we've got Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti currently defending the intergender AAA titles as well. Big Death Valley bomb there from Hangman to Bryan Danielson. I know it was called Death Valley Driver, but that was actually Death Valley Bomb. That's right, I'm correcting Excalibur. That was more akin to Chigusa Nagayo and Meiko Satomura's Death Valley Bomb, holding on and maintaining the grip on the drop.
Thank you for coming on tonight. I think I'll be struggling by myself, you know.
Why is that? Why do you feel you're struggling?
I've had a hard day. I've been painting all day.
And you've taken in a lot of fumes. I understand.
I'm sat in fumes basically, so I'm just tired. I normally try and get a nap, and I haven't. I like the idea. Is one of the mid-card belts being for the beefy boys, and the other being more technical.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? As someone like myself who is a big mixed martial arts fan, I love weight divisions because they are logical. It makes sense why someone goes for this title because the idea of mid-card titles doesn't really make sense from a kayfabe perspective. Series of running drop kicks from Daniel Bryan, pop-up Rana, and now it's the yes kicks. No, it's just Tajiri style kick around the back of the head.
And then a sit down.
How are the crowd sounding to you on this match?
Dead for what it is. I mean, this could be built up to a pay-per-view match, but the problem is this is just a match. There's also crowds. Sometimes when you get like two massively respected by the crowd wrestlers, they're actually silent as a sign of respect almost. I've seen that at live events quite a few times. It
can be, but on television it sadly doesn't come out that way. But the other thing is, you know, that's only the case when they get really hot into the finishing sequence. When they're not that hot into the finishing stretch, it just means that they're just not hot in for the match. If they then get real hot into the finishing stretch, then you know, yeah, it's because they were intently watching.
I think the other thing is, Dan, they've had there's been a lot of expectation on this show.
Yeah,
and I don't know if people
Danielson's
have got
tag
what
on
they
his
want.
trunk sticking out. Come on, ref, put that in. That's a little thing that you do. If the tag's sticking out on gear, the referee just puts it away.
Oh, do they? Is that what they do?
Yeah, it's new. Anything with the gear, if it's a little bit, your ref just quietly puts it in. We're going to get the moonsault.
Oh, beautiful.
Fall away slam invented by Scott Steiner in 1989.
And even when he does that, the crowd aren't that hot for it, but it looks great.
But but we did bring them up, and now we're signaling for the buckshot lariat.
Yeah. Default, welcome to the channel, my dude. Hope you're having a great day. Do you think Mox will win the AEW title at Grand Slam? I'd say yes. Yes, I think he will.
The thing is, he's a great person to put it to, but I don't think we can go back to Mox straight away.
I think MJF's taking it, and MJF will just cash in straight away and take it.
So what do you think about this idea that the chip is now a cash-in chip?
Yeah, because that's new, isn't it?
I don't. Well, he didn't say that he could. He just said he could have it at any time.
He could have a title shot at any time. Yeah. I don't mind that as long as it's not the Money in the Bank thing is its own thing, and I think it's a good gimmick. I think it can be overused. I did it in Eve once, and I felt cheap for doing it. And I got it, and I understood it, and the punters, everyone loved it, right? Yeah.
I didn't. Now, do I ignore how I feel?
And do you go with what the audience
wants? Or do I go with what the audience? But it just feels like I'm doing something that WWE... Because that is a WWE creation.
Yeah.
No one can say it's, something that existed already. I got no objection with doing something that's already been long-term, going on in wrestling.
Yeah.
But something that's so clearly a WWE, I don't know.
Well, it's
it made me feel very uncomfortable doing it.
I love a Royal Rumble. I think a Royal Rumble is brilliant. I also think if you saw a Royal Rumble on another promotion, you'd go, they're kind of just stealing that from WWE. And so you get these sort of variations on it, which is what
I
AEW
don't know about
do.
that aspect, because Royal Rumbles, the staggered entrance aspect of a battle royal, it's not quite as straightforward as an invention as what WWE history.
Oh, it's not. But what I'm saying is, if AEW did a Royal Rumble in that format, you'd just go.
Well, they did the Royal Rampage.
Was that one? No, but that was everyone starting in the ring, wasn't it?
Was it really? I thought it was.
That was a Rampage thing, and for example, there was 30 people in the match. If they didn't do that, then they would have gone longer than the 1 hour that Rampage was on.
And now with Bryan Danielson now beginning to work on the arm again. We saw him throw the hammerlock arm and shoulder into the post on the outside. Now it is a whiplash arm wringer on the ring apron, shoulder going down hard into that ring apron there. That's the story. We know what we're setting up here. The idea is, will they actually... They surely wouldn't have Hangman Page tap out. It would have to be a pinfall.
Well, I think the idea as well, Dan, is obviously the buckshot. He can't hit the buckshot without his elbow as well. So
yeah, exactly. No, you're absolutely right. Great point. Great point. Yeah. So just coming back to what was the question? Are the sheer number of belts in AEW the equivalent of WWE's third hour of Raw? That's a great question.
I don't think so.
Say no,
because you don't have to have all the belts on. you have to have the third hour of Raw.
Yeah, agreed.
To guarantee, enjoy it, mate. Love. Hi, brothers. Hi, Smiley. How you doing, mate? Lovely to see you. I've been working hard, but I'm back. Good. Well, it's good to have you back, Smiley. Yeah, when WWE did the Lights Out match, it felt like they were kind of stealing AEW's gimmick.
Well, the Lights Out match has been going for decades. So...
Has it? In that format? Yeah. Right. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, Lights Out.
Yeah, that's my...
The actual pop-up powerbomb from Hangman Page, pop-up buckle
and
bomb.
He does it.
Last
Nice.
Ride. 1, 2.
Nice.
So the Lights Out match is a thing that would go back it would happen in the days of the territories, where the idea was that the match wasn't actually sanctioned. It was separate to the rest of the show. So what they would do is they would actually bring the lights down to signal the end of the show. And then they would bring that's the lights out. And then they would bring the lights back up for the next match, which wasn't a part of the show because it was an unsanctioned Lights Out match.
Right. Okay. I see.
And this goes back.
Goes.
This goes back decades and decades.
Does it? Right.
Yes.
Cool. I didn't know that. Thank you for educating me, Dan, as always. Sassy's been suffering with a lupus flare for 10 days, and yet here she is every night moderating for us. Thank you so much, Sassy. Bless you. I hope your lupus gets better soon. That's not a thing, is it? Let's hope you're not feeling as shit as you are. Look after yourself, Sassy. We love you. A fourth Mox reign, says Jack. The fact that they brought him up against MJF at the beginning kind of tells me that's where they're heading, but we'll see. I'll tell you what I wanted at the beginning. I wanted all 6 men from the tournament to come out, so that you're not foreshadowing it too much. Need to bring back prestige to the belt. We'll put it on Mox then. That sounds awful about Lupus, Sassy. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Mox can win, and then MJF can take it at the next pay-per-view. Yes.
On the top rope, Bryan Danielson. Oh, my God. He flipped out of a top rope back suplex, did Hangman Page. And now he's going for a discus lariat. Gets covered up. Hits it with the other side. What a freaking lariat. And the crowd are amazing. With it. They're not going mental, but they are absolutely with it.
Yeah, yeah. Amazing how he was able to use the ring for his balance there, because he was falling back, but he stayed up long enough to get to that turnbuckle to be able to prop himself up and find his balance again. Amazing. Mox can beat him, so this will be a revenge match. Introduce me to my new brother, please. Dan, this is Smiley. Smiley, this is Dan.
Cash Wheeler has actually tweeted the Acclaimed absolutely deserve a rematch, but maybe dibs on winner.
Oh, cool.
Double under butterfly grip going into the cross arm breaker from Bryan Danielson to Hangman Page. He's trying to transition it into the LaBelle lock.
Was that Dax having a pop saying we need to be on TV more? That could be seen as that, right, Dan?
What's that, sorry?
You have a tweet that you just mentioned from Dax.
Yes. No, from Cash.
From Cash, sorry. That could absolutely be a pop at the fact they're not on TV.
I mean...
And there was... And it seems like Dan's just had a power cut. Obviously, going to find out some more for us. Hopefully he'll be back soon. I'm sure he'll... It just disappeared. It just disappeared. And he's disappeared off stream. There's a talent meeting called by Tony Khan before Dynamite. Well, if there was Sassy, then they need to... I'm not interested in this match. I don't know why. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not into it tonight as well as I should be. Sorry. I think it's because I've been busy today. There was a talent meeting called by Tony Khan before Dynamite. Yeah, if he wasn't, then he's messaging stuff like that. Unless it's... I hope it's not... It can be read 2 ways, that. It can be read... We'll have the next match against these guys, which is great. It could also read as we deserve to be in the ring, not them, or something like that. I don't know. It just reads a bit funny to me. I unified the South American Championship with the North American one in a match which was so historic it wasn't televised. Nice, man. Nice. Deadeye from Hangman Adam Page. 1, 2, kick out. Good Deadeye as well. Sassy, don't overwork yourself. She does an amazing job, doesn't she? She does an amazing job. So you guys like wrestling pay-per-views? Absolutely, Hassan. Tony Khan says that if any wrestler crosses the line, they will be fired at the meeting. Good, Sassy. Needs to start getting some dominance, and clearly, if he's saying stuff like that, then he is. Apparently, the last talent meeting, from everything we've heard, one of the things Jericho said at the press conference, the moonsault, which Adam Hangman Page misses. Is anyone else not getting into this as much as I did? Boo Psycho knee sends Page to the turnbuckle, but he gets out. He gets out before Danielson can get the pin. Nice rolling there. Tony Khan says, that's good. That's what he needs to do. Last talent meeting, what he was saying was about how the company, stand behind the company, our company's great, that sort of thing. Yeah, it sounds like he needs to be a little bit more forceful about stuff. Powerbomb onto the apron from Page. Moonsault onto Danielson. I mean, they're doing everything right, aren't they, to get people back into the match. And people are on the feet now. I'm just not that into it. But then this could be a pay-per-view main event, you know? Danielson waiting. No, he misses the buckshot. Gets the roll-up. He's going to get the win here. And Danielson gets the win. So Danielson going up against Jericho again. Cool. The right story, man. I mean, Danielson goes up against Jericho. You have the threat of Danielson going up against Mox. You have the threat of Jericho going up against Mox again. And I think it's interesting. And speaking of interesting booking, here's a booker. Dan.
Hello.
Sorry, I didn't give you a very good thing. So we're getting Jericho and Danielson again.
Which makes sense.
So, you know what? I don't like the fact we're getting Darby Allin and Sammy Guevara on Rampage, though.
Well, here's the thing. They've got to build Rampage back up.
Yeah, but are they doing... Does that tell us that that's not as important as well?
Only because of the fact... You're not wrong, but what's the way around it? What's the way around that?
To put important matches on that mean something, but
Darby and Sammy does.
Well, it does, yeah. But then look at the trios tournament. The team that was on the dark side of that, on the Rampage side of that, was Dark Order. Without Page
and Best Friends.
Yeah, exactly. Who didn't end up in the Dark Order ended up in the final, but the only reason they had the star power was because of Page.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong, but they got to begin somewhere. We'll see what happens. This choke slam onto that grill, that was rotten. That was
nasty.
Yeah.
Great. I loved the fact that had the quick match there. I thought that was the right time for it as well.
Yeah, and apparently Christian is injured.
Yes. Yeah. And apparently Jack's Jungle Boy's not 100% either.
Well, after that bloody choke slam onto that freaking grill.
Well,
even if he came in 100%, he weren't leaving that, that was
certainly wasn't.
That was rough.
Hi, Smiley.
That was rough.
I'm a huge fan of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. There we go. Smiley's a huge fan of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I love how we see how we all see this ref as a crypt keeper, but he seems to have much more humanity than our last and current Home Secretary. Indeed. You're not into it because the crowd is flat as a 2-day-old open cook. Yeah, I didn't get into that match until the very end, Dan.
I like the match, but again, it was those kind of matches are based around eventually when you get into the crowd were there for that finishing stretch.
Yeah,
they really were. They were losing they were losing their minds over that finishing stretch.
But they
I felt that it needed. I actually felt that it needed another 3 minutes.
Right, okay.
2-3 minutes personally.
Yeah. Dan, what happened to you? Where did you go, by the way?
No idea. I was
just cut off.
I don't know if my internet broke for a moment there or what. No idea. I had no idea for a while, and I was just like, Ant's been quiet for a while.
You're just talking to yourself, bless you.
Yeah, I was just talking to myself. I was
Sorry,
doing
mate.
comms and everything.
I don't know what happened. Jack referencing the origin of the IC Championship. I think giving any wrestlers executive roles while active wrestlers is a mistake. I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts. That's really interesting, Jack. Dan, thoughts? Would you, because you're a wrestling promoter, would you let any of the girls?
And I've
in
been
Pro
through
Wrestling
this as well.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
And did you make someone an EVP? Is it public knowledge?
No, never using those initials. I've been through this with my own company and with other people's companies as well. It's not. It's one of those things where like you kind of want it to be that there is someone in a locker room that is the leader other than yourselves, because you don't want it to also have it in a way that if they've got, because here's the thing, what if you, the person leading, are the problem? Well, they need to have someone that they can go to.
Yeah.
So, it's good to have that person be, one of their own.
Mm-hmm.
However, it did lead to people, talking about saying, oh, this person's got Dan's ear. This person gets these opportunities because they're close with Dan. And it's not true at all. And it wasn't true back then. And, it is in the days of the FWA with Alex Shane and all of these guys, that were like part of Alex's crew. I can say that there absolutely was some involvement. Like, I do believe that, who people were close to did impact and did affect. We've got Stokely. No MJF, though.
Yeah, well, MJF was in the opening segment, and I was saying
Without
it was really
Stokely.
weird that there was opening with Stokely, who helped.
That's correct. Okay, so they're going to beat up this guy.
Oh,
Stokely's so good in his delivery.
He is. Oh,
what a lovely
hits
bump.
Him. Yeah, nice
sucks.
with the microphone. Oh, this poor guy.
And now, so basically, there was an announcer. Stokely Hathaway was told by a crew member that they had to cut his time.
Wrap it up.
And so, therefore, he's now getting beaten up. Anybody going to come for the... Is there any baby faces that care to save an innocent victim backstage? Or are they all like, not my problem?
No, not yet. You need to establish these as the heel guys first.
Yeah, but like, I just kind of feel like if you got some baby faces, what, they don't care about the crew?
Yeah, no, they don't. No. Who are out there for longer than all the wrestlers, by the way. Remember to love your technicians.
Yeah, no, only other crew care about crew. No wrestlers backstage care about the crew.
Yeah.
The wrestlers, do not let be a lesson for any person that says they want to be in the wrestling business, but do not want to be a wrestler. They do not care about you. So,
that's what they're saying.
So Samoa Joe will be on Rampage. Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin will be on a Rampage. Serena Deeb versus Madison Rayne will be on a Rampage. Claudio Castagnoli against Dax on what?
That'll be a good match.
On a show with a 60-minute freaking runtime.
Yes, yeah.
We're going to get 8 minutes of Dax and...
Yeah, probably.
That's a freaking dynamite. But what did I say earlier?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's just a Claudio versus Dax.
It needs time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That needs 20 minutes.
But to be honest, I've enjoyed the Rampage main event the other week with Claudio and Dustin Rhodes.
How long did they give it?
Not long. Not long enough. 8 minutes, probably 10 minutes.
I don't. It's a 60-minute show with 4 matches announced.
Yeah, they tend to get through things quite quickly. I mean, they'll put on the Sammy Guevara and Darby first, I'd assume, or maybe main event.
Okay, next week's Dynamite: Jericho versus Danielson.
Rematch from the pay-per-view, right there, Dan.
Yep. Moxley versus the winner of Guevara and Darby.
So that's Moxley versus Sammy. So how's Sammy winning that?
I
Clean.
wouldn't say it's necessarily that. And then Swerve and Our Glory on September the 21st against the Acclaimed Arthur Ashe.
Are they winning? Who knows?
So it's main event time for the ROH Pure Championship. Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia. And this is interesting because they need to explain these pure rules, bruh.
I don't know.
Because these pure rules, do you know what the pure rules are?
I don't know the pure rules. We have Dan here who's going to tell us what the pure rules are.
No, I'm going to find out if they're going to tell us.
Okay, fine. As in, it can be a conflict of interest. It absolutely can. That's why I'm really happy that they're doing a third-party investigation into this. I think that's great, and as all companies should do. Thanks, Dex. I'm watching it along with you guys. Thank you, Smiley. Rampage is suffering. We've got a rapper. Rampage is suffering from being on Friday Night Death slot, although SmackDown thrived there. Yeah. What is the meaning of interim championship belts? Are they valuable, like the world championship belt? I don't believe they need an interim championship belt.
Yes, I disagree here. I like the interim championship, but I feel that they need to be brought in certain ways. And I perhaps, whilst I agree with them, don't necessarily agree with the way these ones have been brought in. As someone that follows mixed martial arts, interim championships are an integral part to mixed martial arts. The idea is that whilst the champion is injured and unable to defend it, they're not going to take away the champion. So that rather than hold up the division, an interim champion is crowned involving other people. And then when the champion comes back, you put the champion against the interim champion to, find out who is the real champion.
Yeah.
And I like that. It sets up future matches. It means that the division isn't put on hold.
Yeah.
But it's not constantly done in MMA. It's not just, you can't wrestle in January. We need you in January. Well, we can't possibly wait till February or March. So therefore, do you know what I mean? It's done in specific circumstances.
But I also feel like AEW have also done that as well. Like, yes, we've had it with the Women's Championship. Yes, we've had it with that. But we didn't have it with the two championships which were lost tonight. Thank God they didn't do an interim champion for that, which then they couldn't pay up because someone gets fired.
We got Daniel Garcia in the ring right now, and here comes Wheeler Yuta. It's going to be interesting to see how the crowd respond, and are we going to get an angle from this? We should get an angle coming out of this, should we not?
Oh, 100%. You've got the Jericho stuff to pay off with Daniel Garcia. So I assume that'll get paid off here. And then they're carrying on with Jericho and Combat Club, I think. It goes on forever.
They need to give us an on-screen graphic with regards to the Pure Championship rules. Do it now. Okay, I think they're going to do it now. Please do it. Don't just have Excalibur Exchange. They're just going to have it explained. You couldn't. Yeah,
Excalibur's explaining it.
Give us a graphic. There's the judges: Matt Seidel, BJ Whitmer, and Jerry Lynn.
I mean, Excalibur's explaining it, but Wheeler Yuta's music's really loud. Punches to the face not permitted.
Yeah, they also need to talk about the rope breaks as well.
Yeah, rope breaks. There's a limited number of rope breaks.
Yeah, 3 per person.
3 per person. I missed that. This is the second time Stokely had put his hands on a non-wrestling official. Stokely's a bad man. If it wasn't for my disability, I'd have been a wrestler. Hell, I tried learning to work when I had 2 disabilities were not as bad. Good, Jack. Good. Don't ever let anything hold you back. An update on Malachi Black. Sassy's coming out with all the news this evening. He was given a conditional release. Yes, he was. He's dealing with a career-ending injury and mental health issues. Was that source from Malachi himself? Because I have heard the rumors of the mental health issue, but it's, yeah. As long as he's happy. People should just be happy, man. So much easier in life like that. Please like and subscribe, says Sassy. Leonard Bowden, welcome on the Facebook. Jericho versus Sammy could be fun. So is CM Punk fired? And we haven't been told that. What we've been told is that the belts have been taken off both him and
Punk's name at no point has been mentioned. In fact, Punk was even cut out really in the MJF return recap at the start of the show.
Yeah. Yeah, and I expected MJF to come and sit in the ring and tell Punk to come out, and for him to not come out in a reference to the Page one, which I think storyline wise, if everything was good and Sunday didn't happen, I think would have been great if Punk was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool, let's do that." It's like, do you know what I mean? Great shot. I know Pure Rules. Dan is right. I was questioning how they were going to explain Pure Rules, and it gives it the time on the main show. Pure Rule match are for hardcore fans, says Dex. Right, and it's the main event. Oh, we've got a lot of people saying vote. Yes, of course. Sorry.
It's a courageous main event. We're going to picture in picture. Well, we're not actually, because we're on Fight. We get the full show without picture in picture. The show just carries on. Our American audiences are in picture right now, whilst some wrestling goes on.
Absolutely.
This is a brave decision to go with these two as the main event on a show that also featured Adam Page and Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? And that was your sort of co-main event. It's going to be very difficult for them to win the crowd over, I feel, after seeing that. And this has been a crowd. I think it's been and I'm kind of feeling the same. I don't know if I'm just tired or what. It's been, there was a lot of expectation for this Dynamite, and it was never gonna meet them expectations.
I think I said at the start, or maybe it was when I was talking to somebody else, there is no way in hell, like tonight's Dynamite should do really good numbers, certainly at the start of the show. There was no way that this was ever going to meet up to. But it's like when you get people to do it's like when you announce that you're going to have a surprise. The surprise can never really live up to people's imagination.
No.
Look at poor Christian. People were like, "Man, if we don't get Brock Lesnar, it's going to be a disappointment." Like, bitch, please.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, whoa. Beautiful over the top rope hip toss there from Garcia to Wheeler Yuta. Hell of a bump.
On top of his shoulders, yeah. Man, his head.
You when you're dealing with people's imaginations, you cannot beat people's imaginations. It is their imaginations. There is a reason why the Blair Witch Project was the cultural phenomenon that it was. There is a reason why the original Jaws became a success. It became because it allowed to work with people's manipulations or imaginations. The best that it could possibly be, because that was always going to be your biggest, weakness if you're trying to run for people's imaginations and work towards it. This was never going to live up to people's imaginations because it couldn't.
I think there's also been a couple of because I wasn't. I was excited because I know they've got a lot of eyes watching, and I knew that they weren't going to say anything about Punk and stuff. I kind of gathered that.
Yeah, exactly. They couldn't.
So I had no expectation of that. What I had the expectation of is the company know that a lot of people are going to be watching this product right now, so they're going to put on a hell of a show. I don't feel like they have.
I feel the first hour was very good. In fact, I feel I'm just a little, and I'm being a bit unfair because this match is still ongoing. But I did enjoy Hangman Adam Page and Bryan Danielson. Was it as good as their previous matches? No. But did I enjoy it still? Yes. Do I feel that more could have been done with Page? Yes. I worry that Page is going to become just another guy. And I really don't want that. And because I feel that they had some magic with Page that you just can't really get that with many people. Nice Tito Santana diving flying forearm there.
I think the formatting was slightly wrong as well, in my opinion, Dan. I wouldn't have had the MJF segment at the top of the first hour. I would have had Tony Khan make the announcement, and that'd be a big draw into the show. And then have your three-ways match.
They need a big angle to come out of this, because this is, and it's no disrespect to Wheeler or Garcia. And I get it. The idea is that you put some guys in a main event because you're trying to tell the audience that these are main event guys.
Yeah.
But we are not in a normal situation.
No.
And we have had Hangman Adam Page versus Bryan Danielson, and we have crowned new trios champions. So then when you finish us with the Ring of Honor, even though I understand you're trying to say this is a main event, The fact of the matter is there hasn't been enough context to, surrounding the whole presentation of this match comparatively to the name value of the other individuals and what those matches meant to mean as much of a main event.
Absolutely. And
so none of us, instead of talking about this great match between these two main eventers, we're talking about other subjects.
Yeah. And the biggest draw on this card, I believe, was the MJF thing.
Yeah.
Which was your first thing. And then Tony made the announcement, and so we saw what Tony said. And they needed more matches. I'm happy they did the women's match early on instead of in the second hour, but then we should have had a women's match in the second hour as well. Like
the women's match was, and the fact that we've had nothing else except for the Britt Baker, recap which was already on the road to Dynamite. There was nothing new there whatsoever.
No.
Hello, Insiders Pro Wrestling.
Hi, how are you doing, man? Lovely to see you. This is Dan from Pro Wrestling Eve.
That is I.
Pro Wrestling Eve. That is I. Fantastic promotion.
It is. Beautiful German suplex.
Okay, why would you not have some people from Ring of Honor to be the judges, says Todd?
Well, the idea is that the three of them are three, former Ring of Honor Pure Champions. And I believe BJ Whitmer will probably work both, or Ring of Honor, because of his history, potentially. Who knows? They're not going to run Ring of Honor on the same days as AEW. So I can see the trainers and the producers having to double up.
I think it's interesting, the whole Ring of Honor thing, because they really need to get that underway. They really need to get that going, man, so that we can really start focus on storytelling between two different brands. I always like a brand split,
Nice. Well, we're going to get the draw next month, I believe, for the brand split prior to Survivor Series, which I think is daft. I think the draw for the brand split should be after Survivor Series.
Stakes.
Because it's just like, the people that have only just now got onto their teams are now passionately, in with their teams.
It adds stakes to Survivor Series, Dan.
Yeah.
The winner gets first pick.
I just feel that it's
lost opportunities.
I just feel the timing of when these picks happen doesn't match with Survivor Series being brand v brand.
I agree.
We've still got German suplex. What's this, 8?
Is that how many it is? Are we still on break or?
No.
But the crowd aren't going for it. The crowd aren't
you've seen all these names and stars. How can you? And it's on a hell of a night. It's a very, it's a difficult one.
Yeah, very difficult.
Nice series of switches, but now those German suplexes don't really account to much.
Also, what's the story?
They're going to get a German suplex or off the top rope, which means he's going to have to.
Ref, check him. Ouch, man. Jeez Louise.
Don't.
Have a break. You're on an ad break. Abaddon would be magical in WWE. I think she'd get lost in WWE, to be honest.
Abaddon character is certainly more of a WWE character than it is for AEW. If you're going to present a sports style product and then all of a sudden you have to do horror style entertainment product, the two are not a natural fit for one another.
I quite like Abaddon in AEW in terms of, I think she's a story device, and I think she's a very interesting story device. I loved a little feud with Kurishida in when
I did not.
Oh, did you not? I liked it. I liked it. I like the idea of the
nice
headbutts on the turnbuckle.
Nice. There we've got these little dog headbutts there. Between Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia on the outside.
Wheeler Yuta.
Pulling the pad off.
And stepping on his head. None of the suspended parties have been mentioned. No footage of them.
The crowd are booing Wheeler Yuta.
I don't know if I saw any of them in the intro. Might have to go back and watch the intro then. The investigation will determine firings being done by the independent contractor. Suspensions are in place. From a company perspective, that makes sense. Will Sasha and Naomi return to wrestling? Period. I think so. I don't think
Wheeler acting as the villain here, now taking off the top turnbuckle covering pad. And yes, that is the actual turnbuckle covering pad. Those are corner pads that are in there. Those are not turnbuckles, are the actual metal that connects those corner pads to the ring post. So those were the actual turnbuckle pads that they took off.
It's the turnbuckle is a piece of rigging.
It is. That's right. It's not the corner. It is misidentified as the corner constantly, but it is not actually the corner.
That's correct. It's what tightens your ropes because you use it and it has 2 screws on both sides of it. And when you screw it in a certain direction, it gets in tighter and tighter. And there's a break between the 2 with the screws, giving it space to be able to tighten up. And that's how the tighten ropes up.
And now these 2 both on the top rope. Superplex. Wow. Big superplex there from Daniel Garcia to Wheeler Yuta.
Punk's only showing was Hen the Game. Box art was Chiron. If Yuta wins, Jericho Appreciation Society will try to hurt Yuta. Yeah. Thing is, we've had Danielson and Mox already out, so who's going to come and BCC ain't going to save Yuta, are they?
I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what goes on. I mean, this has to be an angle involving Jericho. One would assume.
Yeah. But it feels
However,
like
we've already had something involving Jericho tonight already, and it's kind of muddies the waters a bit. We're getting an advert for BattleBots on the show right now, which, by the way, is a fun program.
I've never seen it. Was it the American version of where Robot was?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always used to like that.
And
Hypno Disc.
Daniel Garcia wins the slap battle.
AEW is a new kind of wrestling, and I love the young talents. Absolutely, Smiley. Absolutely. It's a variety show of wrestling, Smiley. That's for sure. As you can certainly see on the kickoff show from All Out. Sasha and Naomi return is a safe bet. Well, it depends if Sasha wants to do something else, you know. I think she's got opportunities outside of wrestling.
Double underhook. Now he's going to go for the sharpshooter on Wheeler Yuta.
It's not the sharpshooter, it's the Walls of Jericho. See? There he is.
Jericho is watching on the monitor, and he's actually looking at the screen.
3 rope breaks in his back pocket.
Which means he's going to go.
Keep up with this.
The crowd are firmly behind Daniel Garcia. It should point out they are booing Wheeler Yuta.
He was working heel at the start of the match.
Yeah, no, he's taken on that role. He's taken on a more aggressive role.
Yeah. I like this match. Both are good technical wrestlers, but can also brawl. Yeah,
we've had a warning. So this goes. So a lot of the Ring of Honor Pure Wrestling rules are actually really kind of adjusted from the World of Sport British Wrestling rules. That's where so much of the Ring of Honor Pure rules are actually inspired by. Because for a long time, a number of those Ring of Honor wrestlers were coming over here and learning the World of Sport style. And now Great Bodies is now into another Dragon Tamer. Dragon Tamer.
Sitting right back into that, Dan.
And
but it's too far back, so you can grab his. Yeah, nice.
He turns it into a head and arm choke and then transitions it into the crossface. Garcia trying to change and adjust, and he has lost it, and now he's going into seatbelt. 1.
Kick out. Love a good seatbelt, man. It always looks painful, that position.
And now Wheeler Yuta is going for a sharpshooter of his own.
No, he's not. He's sitting back in it. Oh,
well. No. He got pushed back. And now Garcia's got the sharpshooter back on. And now he falls backwards. We've got 2 minutes left for the TV show. And now nice counter. Nice counter for Wheeler Yuta trying to turn it into a Muto lock. And
Daniel Garcia
just grinds his groin against the leg of Wheeler Yuta. They're really grinding that groin against. Daniel Garcia taps out Wheeler Yuta
with a groin grind.
with a groin grinder.
Nice.
Hell of a variation of the sharpshooter.
Oh, Sassy's got a good shout here. Lance Archer. Hey, celebration.
Have
Lance
we not
Archer
already
would be a
had Lance
perfect
Archer and
opponent for
Wardlow?
Wardlow. Have we?
I feel
It's been
like
such a long time since we've seen Lance Archer, though. I miss him.
he was at the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. And here comes Bryan Danielson out, presumably to congratulate Daniel Garcia. So do we now get them turn on Bryan Danielson to add heat to next week's Jericho match, or do we carry this on? Because
it's carrying on. It's carrying on. Jericho's going to come out, isn't he? Oh, Yuta pushing away Danielson.
yeah, well, that's the thing is Wheeler Yuta, of course, is part of the same faction.
Yep. Oh, Danielson taking the belt.
Oh, is he going to put it on him?
Yes, he certainly is. I mean, the whole tease is Garcia joining BCC?
Mm.
And, you know, Danielson being the wrestler he is.
So what are we going to do?
Perfect
We're going to switch things around. Will Wheeler end up going into the JAS?
I wouldn't see the motivation for that so far. Jericho upset that Danielson is in the ring when the real wrestler, the ultimate wrestler, who was addressing the AEW Galaxy this evening, Dan.
Yeah, no, that's we're running down next week's Bryan Danielson versus Chris Jericho. That's the big hype right now. We've got a split screen of Jericho's reaction to Daniel Garcia and Bryan Danielson in the ring.
While Jericho is saying, "What are you doing?"
And that is the show.
And that was a show. It was a show.
It was a show. It was still a decent show. It was in no way a bad wrestling show. It was a very good wrestling show. But it was also disappointing in some things that didn't need to be disappointing. And the cameras are back for the Fight TV viewers. And it's still very much the same. You're not getting anything new.
I don't know. I think the formatting of the show didn't work. I think that was the biggest letdown, actually. The formatting of the show.
What would you give this show? And let me know, everyone in the chat, let me know what you're going to give this show. Give me a rating out of 10.
Yeah, let's hear what you say. Because I'd be like 5, 6.
Yes, I mean, let's look at the pros and the cons. So it started off with the announcement from Tony Khan.
Yep, great.
All right. And then we go into the
MJF face promo.
MJF. Well,
it was face at the start.
Yeah, it was face at the start.
Yeah,
but it
so
was
the
all
face
the
part,
which
brilliant.
we knew it was going to be
Hilarious. Exactly.
And then into the passionate promo, brilliantly delivered, exactly what was needed from John Moxley with regards to the AEW Championship. From there, we go to the Trios Championship match between Death Triangle and Best Friends. What were your thoughts on that?
Good match, man. I thought all of the teams worked really well. It was for something, so it was exciting. We didn't know exactly how it was going to go. I didn't anyway. I thought it wasn't easy to call, based on the fact that for a match that had no build whatsoever, I thought they did some good stuff. But you've got Penta and Fenix in there who are who can do that, who can just go out and stun people with the moves that they've got. What did you think, Dan?
Yeah, no. I mean, I think I'm going to have. I think it's an interesting show overall to join to kind of like judge, because of the fact that, like, when you look at those matches, that match in particular is a hell of a way to open. You know, it was
absolutely. Good. But the problem for me was from there the show went downhill, and then maybe come up again a bit towards the end. The women's match didn't work. In the ring.
No, that was a miss.
And the most annoying part is that there was no need for this.
We have not been furthered whatsoever.
And you don't do that, even with Wardlow.
We also have we also can only assume that we will not be furthered anymore on Rampage, because, you know, four things have already been announced for Rampage, of which one is Serena Deeb and Madison Rayne,
which is going to be a way shorter match than it should be. So what did we
I
have next?
don't know. I don't know if you would let those two go for a long time, to be honest with you.
Don't you? Right. Then we had the Wardlow segment, which
That
was unnecessary. I mean, we didn't believe in it. We get a feud coming out. We got a nice promo of him saying, "You all think my booking's being shite?
effectively, yeah.
Well, here I am fighting this Ring of Honor dude next week. So stick with me. It's going to be great. It's a bit shite, Dan. It's a bit crap.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
And then after that, you have what did you even have after that?
Again, nothing against the wrestlers. It was the presentation of those guys.
The booking, man. The
It is
the bookings. I mean, hey,
but
look,
hey, we need to be aware as well that Tony Khan is still new at this.
yes, and he's had a lot on his plate. But dude, so many people have been saying about the women's division. How hard was it to get fucking Nyla Rose out? They've done it every other time.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's frustrating. The Paige and I feel like I'm missing a match somewhere. What was the match at the top of hour 2?
Well, the top of our 2 match was actually Hangman. Well, it started at 2:05. Was
did it?
Hangman Page, and
So it went on quite a while.
Yeah.
So I just didn't buy into it. Obviously, the match sort of come from nowhere, so you haven't had any sort of build to it, and that's the nature of this, absolutely. Yeah. But and they've met before. And you put the 2 names there. They could headline a pay-per-view.
That's right.
One of them had the title. They could absolutely headline a pay-per-view. But I wasn't excited about it.
No. This was the presentation for this point. I wasn't a fan on. So this is a negative of the show overall.
And then you've gone from them to main event stars to Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia, and I much preferred their match. I thought it was more interesting. I thought that some of the submission stuff was really good. Nice to see a technical match on this card.
I wouldn't say that I preferred it, but it was I enjoyed it.
But the problem is his star power. Yes. You know, if you put on any wrestling general manager,
Jericho on commentary. You know, or Bryan Danielson on commentary.
Pushing them stories. Yeah, pushing them stories. Have them in the corner, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
You're gonna get the segment where they meet up together and build up the thing for next week, but whatever. And it'll be a bit corny, and we'd all probably be annoyed at it. But at the same time, it would have been. I mean, they still did it as the afterbirth anyway, didn't they?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, you weren't going off thinking, oh, Daniel Garcia's won the thingy. You went off going, oh, Jericho and Danielson's next week, which is the right thing from a promotion point of view. Yeah. But in terms of bringing prestige to that title and the story that you're presenting as your main event actually takes away from that. So,
I don't know if necessarily it takes away, but I just don't feel that, like, and like I say, it was just a very courageous decision.
I just feel like this show had a lot of eyeballs on.
Yeah, no, it absolutely did, and I don't think that it ended in a way that was, you know.
I don't.
But I will say, I think overall, like the show itself, if we look at it from a wrestling perspective, the matches that did happen and were good, they were very good. They were very good. You know, and at that point alone, you know, I was like, I gotta say, this is an 8 out of 10. However, on the presentation form, it's so, you know, uninteresting, you know, for me, you know, and for everything going on. So I was like, kind of have to deduct it, like at least, you know, 2 or more. So I'm definitely looking at, you know, this is, you know, like a 6 out of 10 show, 5 out of 10 show, even though there were 2 matches which are absolutely superb, sublime, you know, it just is, it was just a presentation that I had the issue with. You know, nothing against the wrestlers, nothing against, and even then, you know, there is some stuff on it that's really good. Some stuff that was absolutely bang on. There's just some stuff that's a bit unnecessarily, complicated.
Dan, bring. I believe you've got a call. Bring. I'm a 1930s phone. I've got.
Hello.
Hi, Dan. It's Tony.
Yes.
Hi, it's Tony Khan.
Tony who? I was going to say Tony. Who?
Yeah, Tony Khan. How do I fix this shit?
Oh yeah, ain't that a question? I think the answer is to simplify. Genuinely, I think I think some of the stuff is too complex, too complicated. But I get that he wants to have fast-paced television. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, because the idea of stopping means the idea someone can change the channel. I get that, but I still believe that you can do that while having logical, storytelling, and also, what was the feeling behind Penelope and Tony, and not having anything to follow that up?
I think you saw my reaction. I'm fed up of it.
I mean, but why do you think they chose that match?
No idea. Do you?
I'm going to go with Penelope's look as a potential drawing, figure. For
But that's
the
not
idea
a reason to draw.
Penelope.
That's
not no, you're not wrong.
No,
but,
it's not an all elite.
And I also don't feel it's fair on Penelope, who is also. Do you know what I mean?
No, give her a story.
Who are both wanting to, yeah, exactly.
If Tony had gone out and squashed a local talent
talented.
and Penelope come on the ring, I would have been so much happier with that. I would have been so much happier with that. She could have squashed a local talent, and then Penelope come onto the ring next to Kip, who's crying or whatever in his box. I don't care.
Yeah, just give us a little bit more rather than, or give us, there's so many great matches out there. I want to know, what is Rio injured? Can someone in the chat find out for me what's going on with Rio? I mean, I could just message her.
Do you want to hear Do you want to hear my advice to Tony?
Yes. What is your advice to Tony?
Book your pay-per-view now. Right? 8 matches. You've got 8 matches. Do you want to hear my card?
Yeah, not 15. Not 15 matches.
Yeah. You've got 8 matches. Make it right. I was writing this with Todd the other day, so I thought I'd share it on here. Because why not? So I booked 8 matches and a kickoff match. The kickoff match is Battle Royal, right? Because there's not a lot of people on this show, so throw them all in there. Why not? Right?
Why not?
If he wants to get everyone on the show, because he always seems to, Sting must be on the show, Darby must be on the show. That's because you've got a bloated roster. The way to fix it, throw them all in Battle Royal. Fine, whatever. Cool. So I had Punk and MJF as my main event. That's not looking like but that was that was circumstances, and news had come out since we was writing this. Acclaimed, who are tag team champions after taking them at Arthur Ashe Stadium, versus Darby and Sting.
Yeah.
And I think it's time to give Darby and Sting the titles as well. Play into that story. Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yes.
Jungle Boy versus Christian Cage.
Yes.
I had the Elite because they were the holders at the time. Versus Adam Cole and FTR.
Interesting.
You have the whole thing between Adam Cole and the Elite and FTR and the Young Bucks. Tony Storm.
Yeah.
Jamie Hayter.
Yeah.
And give Jamie the title. Jade Cargill versus Britt Baker.
Yeah.
And Jade wins, obviously. And Blackpool Combat Club versus Jericho Appreciation Society in some crazy gimmick, whatever match.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take something to beat that Stadium Stampede or whatever it was that they did earlier this year while Moxley's music was constantly playing throughout it. The ode to New Jack.
Yeah.
But,
I just
that's an interesting... there's some stuff there I like, some stuff there I'm not a fan of, but, there's some stuff there. I want to know where Rio and Yuka are.
What are they doing, Dan? Why ain't he? Is he just too busy with everything else right now?
Possibly.
Yeah.
He must be under a lot of stress and a lot of...
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. But the problem is this had more eyeballs than he's ever had before. And I don't know if this would swing it. And the fact you give your Tony Khan address and then give your MJF promo, your 2 big selling points of the show.
George just said Rio is back in Japan for Get a Move next week, which says that therefore she was approved, leave for X amount of time because they didn't have anything for her anyway, because she still has to get approval. So, yeah, so that's the thing. I'm going to need to call it a night because this is hitting me now.
Love you. Good night.
Yes. Thank you to everyone that joined and put up with me, and a big thank you to Ant as well, who just keeps having me invade his streams.
Oh, the WCW version that we always wanted.
No,
No, it is, man. It's always a pleasure having you. You know that.
I appreciate you doing it, and because it, makes sure that I get through the shows, and also just like enjoy talking to you as a mate, and enjoy interacting with the people in the chat as well. So a big thank you to all of you for entertaining me, and also, if I may, for one moment, just say if you don't follow me, please do at Dan Reed on Twitter. It's I'll put it in the chat actually. Because I spell my name differently. And see if you guys could retweet my my current tweet where I am trying to get independent promotions that run 3 to 4 hour length shows to assign 1 hour of those shows to women's wrestling instead of presenting it in the usual fashion of we love women's wrestling, that's why we always make sure to give it one match on a show. It's like, cool, of your 4 hour show you give it one match. Cool. It's it still has that subconscious presentation. It still tells people that the women's wrestling doesn't really matter. It subconsciously still presents still presents wrestling as being something for boys and not something that is meant for the other 50% of the planet. And I feel that and the only way that talent gets any better as well, before this hour, the girls aren't as good. Number one, we both know that there is incredible world-class talent around the world. If you run a big television company, you can afford to bring them in. If you run an independent promotion, you can, begin to give your local talent reps and work with them on making them better. So, at Dan Reed on Twitter, please go and, watch my little speech that I did in the ring, impromptu as it was. And if you agree with it, please give it a retweet. And feel free as well to tag any promotions in it and ask them to take up the challenge. Also, tomorrow night over on the Eve channel, Millie McKenzie joins me live for a live Q&A. And this is her first time that she'll be talking since the NXT UK closure. So,
wow.
So come and join us over on the Eve channel for a live Q&A.
That's awesome.
Me and Millie McKenzie. Nina Samuels will be joining us at some point as well soon as well.
Ooh. Guys, there's some exclusives there to Pro Wrestling Eve, so go and make sure that you are subscribed to them, friends of the channel, and good work, Dan. Everything that you're doing with this, and I know that you're pushing it hard at the minute to try and get eyes on the product. I've watched your promo live. I know how passionate you are about women's wrestling, and I think all of us are as well. And I think you see that in the channel, and you see that not just from me, but from wrestling fans. We want to see more, and it's not right what they're doing. It's not.
It's not. I'm actually gonna. I think the thing is because it's like it is getting ignored largely by the promotions, which is the reason why I want more fans to get involved, retweeting at those promotions. I'm gonna try to, and I'd have to do it publicly because it's the only way I would get a response because everyone try to pretend it doesn't exist. Try to get promoters of those other promotions to come on and do a live stream with me, and
explain themselves.
Explain themselves. Sounds like it's not sounds a bit confrontational.
Have a discussion about why they're not doing
it. It's a difficult. If it's a difficult chat and conversation for them, great. Well, let's talk about it. Why is it this way? So but please do at those promotions, and
Dan, are you going to get anyone doing it? Are you going to get anyone taking the bit?
Because I hope so, because it's not just the UK promotions, it's not just your Rev Pros and your Progressors and all that. It should be your Game Changer wrestlers and your PWGs and all of those. There is no excuse in 2022 when the talent is the way it is to not be able to do it. I mean, Jesus, you look at the card for the next Wrestle Queenum just on the announced matches alone. We've got Miya Yamashita versus Millie McKenzie, Takumi Iroha versus Kanji. No one's going to come and tell me that those aren't television quality matches. No one's going to come and tell me that those aren't pay-per-view quality matches when we all know they are. And that's just
they will absolutely kill it.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be insane. It's going to be outstanding. If people want to say, "Oh, you're bringing in these international talents and doing these dream matches," all right. Well, no one's going to tell me that You know, you look at the Eve show last week. You know, that trios match with Nina Samuels and Emerson Jane and Lizzie Evo against Millie McKenzie, Charlie Morgan, and Jetta. Tremendous match. Absolutely tremendous match.
They'd never worked in a trios match before, is that right?
No, that's right. Yeah. Nina Samuels had actually done a trios match for me in what was only like one of her first ever matches, and she had Meiko Satomura and Emi Sakura involved as well. But like trios matches just don't happen in women's wrestling on the independent scene because no one wants to give 6 women a job on one show.
Yeah, and
so you know, for them to go ahead and do that, and it's a whole different world doing trios matches, and it was crazy. And it started off with a great big freaking dive. My ankle got all messed up in that match as well.
Is that when you got the Charlie Morgan come off the top rope?
It was more Emerson Jane that took me out.
Oh, was it? Oh,
so
right.
yeah. So you know, it was crazy. It was chaotic. It was fun, and it was involved in 6 very loud wrestling personalities as well. It was I loved that trios match.
Really good.
But anyway, I'm going on and on and on. Thanks so much for having me on. And
love you, man.
For giving me the last few minutes to wax lyrically about what it is that I'm doing right now.
It wasn't minutes. It was, we'll call it 10s. See you later.
I was going to say, last hour. So,
thanks, Dan. Love you, man.
And you. Thanks so much.
Take it easy. Guys, I'm going to go through your comments and then I'm going home. I'll remove Dan. So there we go. Thank you, Dan. I can't imagine what this legit means to Daniel Garcia. Absolutely, man. I think it would be a massive moment for him. AEW is in safe hands, says Jackie Boy. With Daniel Garcia? I don't know. 7, says Smiley. Mock stole the show. Give it a 7. I just can't. The start was too high and nothing else after that really that really picked me up. But I am shattered. I've been painting all day, dude. 5 at the most for MJF and Mott's promo. Wardlow was a waste. It was, man. The show could have been better, but it'll get better. Now, my question to that, Smiley, would be when? My main anticipation for this match is the company has been a mess at the minute with all the backstage stuff that's going on. And this was the show where I wanted to see it be better. I wasn't more excited for this than All Out. I was looking forward to this weeks ago to see the reset button hit. And there was a couple of points tonight where I thought, you've not hit the reset button. And the women's thing really annoyed me. And I get the circumstances. They're dealing with a lot of pressure right now. Tony really needs to prioritize making that show great. Making the show great. There was more eyes on the product tonight than ever before, and I'm giving it a 5. They have plenty of superstars that are entertaining. They certainly do. We so need a new creative team. Yeah, we do. Maybe they need writers like WWE, so Tony Khan can go. I'm not saying to script stuff. I'm saying writers in terms of like coming up with story ideas. People need to be maybe pitching him story ideas that are external to the wrestlers themselves. He seems to take a lot of it comes from the wrestlers, which I think is cool. I think it's great direction, giving them the power to sort of come up with their own stuff. But I also think there could be other people going, have you thought about doing Tony Storm and Jamie Hayter? Like, they've got a huge history of stuff, and like, I see where it's going, but I think now could be the feels like the right time to pull that trigger and go with it. You know, sometimes like he seems like he's got a big idea in his head of getting to things. I mean, we know that he had the first 3 champions, but and a lot of the booking was a lot better. A lot of the booking was better during the COVID times, man. It really was. You know, the stories were better during empty arena matches than they are right now. He needs a booker. But he did such a good job. He's done such a good job. I think we also need to give him credit for that. He has done a good job at being the creative team. He has done a good job at being the booker. Right now, he's not. He's not, in my opinion. Who will dethrone Roman Reigns? Ask the chat, please. And Bloodline. Guys, who do you think will beat Roman Reigns? Gunther? Sami Zayn? Montez Ford? That'll be good names. That could do with a win. Be a big win. Braun Breaker? give it. I don't care. I mean, someone that gives the rub to because it's a big rub. Whoever wins, that's getting, and you don't need Cody to get that rub. You didn't need Drew to get it. That's why they need a rub. I give it a 7. Just for the wrestling presentation could be improved. Cool, George. Cool. Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you, George. Okay, you know, many people are watching. Would you not make it better than a regular house show? Yeah, I would. I would have done a lot more. I feel like we've seen a lot more. Stop harassing bookers, says Jack. I will when they do the jobs. Absolutely. What does AEW need to better than other companies? Yeah, kind of. That was my phone call. We had a phone call from Tony Khan a second ago with Dan. Yeah. What does it need to? I don't think it matters about being better than other companies. AEW needs to offer something different, which is what it was doing a year ago, which is high quality storylines with flexible working promos, a variety show of wrestling, showing both agile members, powerhouse members, and different styles of matches, as well as comedy. That's kind of what it needs to do. It just needs to it's the stories, man. I think it's the stories. I think that's the biggest issue. Rio's back in Japan. We've got a move next week. Cool. Tony is the booker. He needs to delegate. I know that he's offered Mox a job as a producer. Ooh, nice. Cool. That'd be good. Hey, Ann, can you tell Dan my pitch about William Regal fixing everything? We'll have to tell him next week, Todd. We'll have to tell him next week, my dude. Young Bucks and Kenny as EVPs is a cautionary tale. Yeah. I'm annoyed with CM Punk as well. I know you're a big CM Punk fan, but I thought he was a prick at thingy. And you know the one reason I'm surprised that Kenny's suspended? He tried to have a conversation with Punk. They both went away and had a conversation, and I don't think anything was sorted out. But the fact that that's what you should be doing, having conversations, not fights. At the same time, hey, look, in the 80s, this was all blown over, man. This was happening all the time, and it was all blown over. And then you had the wrestle court, where people used to be bullied into doing as they was told and stuff like this. This has happened in wrestling for years. It's only not acceptable now that we're hearing about it and that we know so much about the backstage politics. There we go. A little quote for you all. About Combat Club versus Death Triangle. I'll be down with it, but they're sticking with this Jericho thing forever. I prefer Britt Baker to be the champion in the near future. I don't think she needs it. I think you need to make stars for Britt Baker. You know, Jamie Hayter winning it and then having a feud with Britt Baker. That's banging, isn't it? I mean, that's great. Dan, see you tomorrow from Millie's Q&A. I hope I'm up for that, but I am absolutely exhausted as well. Cheers, Dan. You are so cool. Thank you, Dan, for sharing your wisdom. Absolutely, Dan's amazing. AEW should have a women's, an only women's TV program. Feels like they've debated it in the past, and there's been rumors of it. It'd be cool. I mean, thankfully, Dan's got Pro Wrestling Eve, so go check them out. They're an only women's wrestling program. Yeah, I mean, why not? They've got enough talent in there that could do some varied stuff, tell some stories. I'll be down with it. I love women's wrestling, man. I retweeted. Thank you, Jackie Boy. Do you become a member of the Eve channel? To get the Q&A? Oh, is it women only? Sorry, women only. Of course it is. Is it members only? No, it doesn't look like it. Good. On the champions tier. You might get a free bit. I don't know because I'm a champion member. So yeah. Millie versus Mayu could sell a pay-per-view by itself. Millie McKenzie's great, man. I don't know if you guys have seen Millie McKenzie. She was in NXT UK for a while. Fantastic wrestler. Mercedes Martinez just retweeted my challenge to promoters, says Dan. Congrats, Dan. That's awesome. That's the type of thing. Honestly, guys, if you've got Twitter machines, go and support Dan in that, because it will help them out. The more exposure it gets, the more people will have to answer to it. Oh, I'm not the biggest retweet. Now I'm not the biggest retweet, says Jack. Yeah. It takes time because the whole organization has to be retooled. Yes, it does. Yeah. Yeah. But the problem is the eyes were watching tonight. Cody possibly in a rerun of Cena's 2008 run. If Cody wins it, George, it just means Cody doesn't need it. Give it to a guy that needs it. You know, that's how you make future stars. Brock Lesnar and Adam Scherr in AEW. Ooh, you'd like to see that, would you? Adam Scherr is now in WWE as his character Braun Strowman, which again got overshadowed by AEW this week. No, I'm now annoyed how Punk's letting everyone down, including me. I watched the press interview and I was disgusted by him. I thought the way he put people, he goes from aggressive to passive aggressive and he flips it on a switch. The way he used that as an opportunity to talk about his personal beef with the press over a circumstance that he wanted to explain and then mock that person within that circumstance without having an opportunity to retaliate for themselves. And I don't believe Colt has said anything recent about it. I mean, this is all old news. The only thing that's new is people are speculating that it was Punk that told Colt, but you could deal with that in a different way without being aggressive towards individuals, aggressive towards members of the press. There's just no need for it. I just thought it was and then shooting on the EVPs. And clearly Punk has no respect for the EVPs. And they are Punk's boss. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks are Punk's boss, are one of Punk's bosses. And he used the platform that AEW give him to go on a rant about his bosses. I was shocked. Got to go to work in the morning. See you later. Take it easy, man. Nice to see you. SmackDown was originally supposed to be women's only. Was it really? Nice. Now that'd be difficult, but in 1999, thank God that didn't happen. Yeah, man. That would have been Jerry Springer material. WWE talent said they are not surprised. He is arrogant and self-centered. Sad because he's such a good worker. He blurs that line between real life and wrestling really well a lot of the time. And didn't do a very good job of doing that on Sunday, in my opinion. I was shocked by it. And I feel like if AEW's got problems with its company, it starts at the top. And if he is the biggest, the demo mover, the whatever game changer, whatever Tony Khan wants to call him, then maybe that is an issue with the company. Maybe shooting on people and firing people up in the way that he's doing it is not a good role model to the people in a fractured company. Come at me, Phil. Bye, Smiley. Bye. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to bed. It's been awesome having you all join me tonight. It's been awesome. We only heard from Jeff or Joey. They said hello, and then I've not been around. Yeah. Didn't write that AEW. Gutted. I just hope it just gets better. I think Mox and Jericho need to leave the locker room. Yeah, Mox and Jericho. Todd made a really good point about William Regal as well. I think he could do it. Maybe even Dustin Rhodes. I don't know. It just seems a mess at the minute. There's a lot of bitchiness going on. It needs to stop. It needs to stop right here. Guys, it's been absolutely wonderful hanging out with you. Thank you so much. On Friday, Darby Allin's taking on Sammy Guevara. Enjoy that. I won't be covering it, but I will be keeping an eye out for that match. As well as Claudio Castagnoli, and it's a really good match that was announced. I can't think of what it was. Was it Samoa Joe? No? It doesn't matter. Until next time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dax Howard. That's who it is. Dax Howard. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. God, that felt good. I got it right.
God, I just listened to this whole podcast. It was terrible. I feel like my ears are gonna bleed.
What'd you say? This is Darby Allen, and you're listening to Give Me a Whole Yeah podcast.